Hope you guys have had a great Thursday. Let's see here. There we go. Well, I thought that was it. There we go. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey. You've liked and shared. Thank you so much. Yes, hit that like on the way in. Today's true crime is going to be a little bit different. Now, don't start this. Don't start the music now. Got my Subway and chips and I'm buckled in. I love to hear it. That's the energy I like. But today's going to be a little bit different. Um, but today, yes. So Chris, we're doing, I'm doing true crime on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. Um, okay, dancing. Um, so yeah, we're going to do it. It's a little bit different. You were confused, Lindsay. That's okay. Yeah, I'm doing true crime on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays is a little bit different. I haven't decided what I'm going to name it yet, but Thursdays is a little bit different. Yeah, true crime 2 days. Yes. Um, so today is a little bit messy, but it does have to do with crime things. So yeah, don't start touching stuff. I'm always the one to touch something. If you're on Facebook, make sure that you come over here and join us on YouTube. Let's see here. Let me post this link real quick. Hey, hey. Thriller Thursday. Oh shit. All right. So if you're on Facebook, you can go out and scroll up the page. The first post on the page is the link. So all you have to do is just click it and you're in there. It's been raining all day. Yes. True crime 2 days, 2 ways. Catchy. It's been raining and like thundering and storming here. Bad. Anybody else getting storms? I think it was because it was so hot lately. Hey, Donna. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for your support. Hey, hey. Lita, you was about to get on him earlier in Blicky and Purple's live. It's so funny. I knew immediately that comment. We're talking about a few different things, CP, couple different cases, but I knew that comment as soon as they commented in Blicky and Purple's that comment. I knew that was shade. I was like, mm-hmm. So we were in Blicky and Purple's earlier, and somebody commented, and they said something about. There was a comment. Somebody had said something like, I don't remember exactly how they said it, but basically somebody was saying something like, at least this is how I took it, because I had to rewind because I had left and come back. Yay. Yeah, it's been raining here, but it's supposed to be pretty the rest of the week, I think. So, but yeah, we've had big storms today. Hey, Blicky. But basically, the way they were saying it was something about like, just the way I took it again was something like the Outlaws and Blicky and them would have an issue or something. I don't know. And Blicky and Purple are like, no, the Outlaws, don't get it twisted. It's Outlaws with a mic. And then someone in the comments made a comment and they were like, oh, trust me. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically they were like, trust me, we can tell that you guys mess with Connie. This chat looks like hers. And I'm like, I knew right away. I was like, yeah, they're definitely throwing some shade. And then they're like, well, I just thought you guys were an independent channel. Like, what? No shit. Who said they weren't independent? But yeah, I caught that shade, honey. Georgia had a big storm. I just don't get it. Like, oh, I thought you guys were independent. Like, we can't all mess with each other. Oh, Blicky said the N word. Okay. That's why. See, I missed that part. Yes, Sheena, you missed it. So that's why they said that? Okay. That's weird. I missed why it was said. I just like I said, I had to rewind. So I missed what exactly was said, but that's wild. I guess that people just aren't used, like I said, some women just are not used, if that was a woman that said it, or man, they're just not used to you caught it real fast too. Yeah. I just don't think they're used to people like women supporting each other or something. I don't know. Um Then they roped me in it somehow, like I would be offended. I don't even think I have any right to be offended about that. Like, I don't think that's in my lane. Yeah, that's not something that I would be offended by. I'm out here hiring and didn't let you know. I guess. I guess. Yeah, it's been like loud thunder and lightning. Well, the lightning's not loud, but the thunder's been loud and lots of lightning. Oh, you say that word again, and Connie and all her people gonna leave. Jesus. See, I meant, like I said, I had to rewind. So I knew it was something about Connie and something, but that's funny. Say that word again and they're going to leave. Blickie's like, and what? If they want to leave, let them leave. Like, that's strange. Hey, beggars. Hey, Miss Turner. Mookie from Tibby all get along. And I'm all, yeah, we all get along. I mean, is that so bad? Are we supposed to not get along? It's weird. We had 90-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, it's been like that. I mean, we haven't had those winds, but yeah. You're right, Blicky. Then they're gonna say something about you're independent. I thought you were independent. Like, what the hell? Hey, Bernicia. All right, so let's get started with this story. I don't know if you guys have seen this story or not, but this story right here, like, blows my mind. Okay, this guy here is a 24-year-old Venezuelan man. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull the story up so I can not get all the details wrong here. Okay, so this is a 24-year-old Venezuelan man who was arrested for pretending to be a 16-year-old high school student in Ohio. His name is Anthony Emmanuel Labrador Sierra. Was arrested Monday after he posed as a teenager, get this, in January 2024. This grown ass man who is 24 years old has been going to high school for over a year as a high school student. So I guarantee you, because this is my first thought, I guarantee you him at 24 was probably dating and doing all the things with these young girls. We should play. We will play at Madam's on Tuesday. Guess the crime. We haven't played it in a while. He doesn't even look that right. So, according to the police report, um, he contacted Perrysburg schools in November of 2023, wanting to enroll as a student, claiming that he had been homeless and was an immigrant from Venezuela. He also told the school that he was a victim of human trafficking. When he met with the school to begin the enrollment process, he presented a birth certificate from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Sure, I butchered that. My bad. With a birth date of December 2nd, 2007. At the time, he told the school he was staying at an address in Toledo, and he started as a student on January 19th, 2024. Kathy and Brad Melford, who had housed exchange students in the past and had adopted children, were contacted about him. The Melfords agreed to assist him, and he began residing with them on March 21st, 2024. The couple was granted permanent guardianship over him through the Wood County Common Pleas Court Juvenile Division, and they also assisted him in getting a social security number and an Ohio driver's license. Then on May 14th, the Medfords were contacted by a woman. This is May 14th this year. Evelyn Camucho, who stated that that Labrador, this man, was actually a 24-year-old and he was the father of her child. Camucho sent the Melfords a picture of Labrador's real driver's license with a birth date of March 27th, 2001, along with Facebook pictures of her with Labrador and a small child. Police said they reached out to the United States Border Patrol for assistance in the investigation, who advised that Labrador had an actual birth date of March 27th, 2001, with an expired work visa and was considered an overstay in the country. Officials said his work visa expired the same year he reached out to the school to enroll. So in other words, his work visa expired, so he decided he was going to go to high school as a 16-year-old. So on Monday at 4:15, he was arrested after located riding in a vehicle on Interstate 75 and booked on forgery charges. He was also a member, check this out. He was also a member of the junior varsity. Think about that. He's 24 years old in high school with these teenagers, and he couldn't even make varsity. What? He was literally on the junior varsity soccer team. So you're 24 and you couldn't even get on the varsity team? Jesus. And he was on the swim team at the high school. The district reported the situation to the Ohio Athletic Association. The suspect remains in custody and his next court date is May 29th, which was today. According to jail records, it is unclear if he had an attorney who could speak on his behalf.
Breaking news.
So let's listen to the news.
Guys,
story.
yeah, just take your phone.
Yeah. It's all false.
Well, that was the body cam video of the arrest of a 24-year-old Venezuelan man who's locked up tonight, accused of posing as a 16-year-old student at Perrysburg High School.
Perrysburg schools sent a letter to parents alerting them that Anthony Emmanuel Labrador Sierra was enrolled in the school from January of last year until this month. This afternoon, Labrador Sierra faced a judge.
13 Action News reporter Alexis Means live tonight to take us inside this investigation. Alexis.
Lee, the prosecutor says that this man has no real ties to this community. His visa status expired in 2023, and they say he's fooled a lot of people. A 24-year-old man accused of pretending to be a high school student for more than a year at Perrysburg High School faced a judge.
It's my understanding you're not a citizen of the United States. Is that correct?
Yeah. The judge explained to Anthony Emmanuel Labrador Sierra that he could be deported if he's convicted of the forgery charge against him. According to this court document, the man claimed he was trafficked from Venezuela. Police say he used a fake birth certificate in order to enroll in the school. The judge gave Labrador Sierra a $50,000 bond after the prosecutor said the man is a flight risk.
He is, as he stated, not an American citizen. He is from Venezuela. He is in the country illegally. He is a 24-year-old posing as a 17-year-old and has falsified numerous documents in order to show that he is 17 rather than being actually 24 years old. He falsified documents in order to enroll in Perrysburg High School, to take advantage of a Perrysburg family's generosity by obtaining guardianship over him.
Hello, how's it going? Good, how are you? What's your name, man? Anthony?
This is body cam of his arrest. Perrysburg school leaders called the police after the family who took Labrador Sierra in was tipped off about his age.
We utilized several federal partners to verify information that was presented to us, including the Social Security card, the original one that a female had tipped off the family that he was staying with, that he was actually 24 and not 17. She's the one that presented the documents, the driver's license, Social Security card, along with other photo evidence that was him that would have placed his age correctly.
Yeah, I guess.
The illegal immigrant told the court today,
"A lot of those accusations are false. I really haven't heard anybody."
That's why we're going to get you an attorney to assist you. That is your right. That's what we're going to be working on, okay? And according to a court document, the man is also a father. The family who took this man in says that they also allegedly found fake IDs in his room. Police, as well as federal agents, are investigating that evidence found by that family. Also, an organization called Advocating Opportunity was in court today, and the executive director says she's been helping this 24-year-old man get a visa. Lee, back to you.
Lexus.
Breaking news.
You guys?
Yeah, just take your phone.
Yeah.
Lexus, thank
Okay,
you.
hold on.
Perrysburg School Superintendent Tom Hostler addressing this investigation in a letter saying this case involves highly unusual, deceptive circumstances that impacted many local, state, and federal agencies. School district has reviewed its actions regarding enrollment and is confident proper legal channels were followed to provide support for an individual presenting themselves as an unaccompanied minor is spelled out in the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act.
13 Action News will continue to stay on top of this case on air through our news app and also on our website.
Crazy. So he has been going to school in high school since January of last year. So it looks like his work visa was expiring. So he decided to contact this school, say he was a homeless immigrant that had no, his parents or nobody around to help him, that he was 16. But simultaneously, he's working with a local organization as a 24-year-old to get his visa. So it's like, what? Yeah, he's willing to go through all that for a visa. Maybe this was his way of, well, or maybe he was working with her to get a visa as a teenager. I'm not sure, but it's very crazy. I don't know if he just wanted to, like, maybe he thought that he would be this 16-year-old because he got an Ohio driver's license. He got a social security card. Maybe he thought he would just go through life as this 16-year-old kid and he would get like a second chance at life, maybe. Like, as far as he was on the soccer team, the swim team, maybe he was planning on going to college as this young man. I'm not sure. But the fact that he was a 24-year-old man, or 23 at the time, probably 23-year-old man, 24, enrolling in a high school with young boys and young girls. And he was on their soccer team. He was on, right, Sharon, who wants to, well, I guess if you've never been, maybe that's why. Or maybe going to school to him was easier than getting a job and living as an adult. Plus, you got to think too, not only did he go back to school, but he had a family. Hey, China, he had a family that they would host exchange students. So they ended up letting him move in with them. And so he was living the life of the audacity, right? He was living the life of basically like a 16-year-old exchange student. He didn't have to pay bills. He didn't have to do anything. He just went to school. He was on the soccer team, the swim team. I mean, he was literally living life. Yeah, Kelsey, he was literally only those attracted to minors, maybe. Yeah, and he had a girl in the car. I'm curious who that chick was, who the female was. And was that his girlfriend? Because there's no way, in my opinion, there's no way that this 24-year-old man was going to high school and he wasn't flirting or doing things with some of the high school girls, because they didn't know any better. I know, Natalie, it's wild. He could have my citizenship. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Ain't no way you want to go back, Sharon. Yeah. So, he did show a birth certificate. Sherry, he showed a birth certificate from Venezuela to get in, and it had a birthday of December 2007. So yeah, he showed them, like I said, he showed them a birth certificate from Venezuela. Now, obviously, the people in the school, when you're looking at, I mean, if we looked at a birth certificate from the US, we'd be able to tell, like, probably if it was real or fake, if it had the seal, things like that. But I'm sure the school administration, when they're handed this birth certificate, I'm sure they didn't know how to authenticate it or anything like that. Right, Nina? I'm sure he did more than that. I wouldn't doubt it. Yes, it was a fake, Sherry. Yes. So he presented the birth certificate that had his birth date at December 2007, and his birth date was actually 2001. March, I think they said. So yeah. Yep. No, I don't know if it was the real certificate and he just changed the date, but no, I think it was just complete fake. Complete fake. So he looked at least 30. Well, not only that, here's the crazy part. Not only was he able to go to school and get enrolled in school, but he was also on teams. So, you have to get a physical to get on a team. He was on the swim team. He was on the, whatever, soccer team. Like, you have to get physicals. You have to do with all these things. But he ended up moving in with this family. They got him they helped him get his driver's license. So he had a driver's license in his name, in that whatever, as that birthday, like all the things. So It's just crazy. I just can't imagine thinking. I'm sure the parents of these kids are like freaking out because I know I would be. I know I'd be wanting to know. Like, I'm curious. Like all the, you know me, I have all the questions. Like, was he hanging out with other kids, like going to their homes? Did the other parents ever question maybe he's not 16? I mean, I would just love to find out, and I'm sure there'll be people that will start coming out and talking, but, like, I have so many questions because I feel like he was pretty integrated into this community. This just happened. No, we have the Crystal, this just happened. He was arrested on, May 19th, and his court date was today. So that court date or that court thing that I just showed, that was from today. They figured it out because his baby mama, Carissa, his baby mama called his baby mama found out who he was living with and called them and said, "Hey, you know that Venezuelan student that you have in your house? Oh yeah, well he's my baby daddy and he's actually 24 years old." And so she then sent the couple that had, because they got permanent. This is another thing. They got guardianship over him. So they went to court and got like permanent guardianship over him until he was 18. So that's another aspect. They went to court with this shit and he was in the court. Like, what? Um, so like he was in front of the court. He got a driver's license. He got a social security number. I mean, social security card. He got all these things. Like he went through all these different agencies and everything. And he tricked not only the school, but he tricked everybody. And his baby mama was like, absolutely not. You're not about to live out there like you're some teenager. Um, so the baby mama ended up sending Facebook pictures with him and the baby and her. They sent his real driver's license, and so I guess I don't know if it's social security card. Maybe, I don't know, but she sent driver's license and different things that had like his picture on it and stuff to show them, listen, this is the guy that you're dealing with and he's not a teenager. So it was a baby mama. Yeah, China. Yeah. So basically, if you just came in, we just were discussing this case. It's a 24-year-old Venezuelan man that enrolled in school in Ohio last January. He's been going to the school since January, so a whole year and 5 months. He's been going to this school as a 16-year-old. He's on the soccer team. He's on the swim team. He also got these people stepped in because they hosted exchange students and let him live with them. So he had people that got guardianship over him, did all these things, and then his baby mama came in and ruined it for him. You know, she's mad. He's mad as hell at that baby mama. Right. I hope he gets in so much trouble as well. Because all of the things that could have gone wrong. And then he's in court today and he says, all these allegations are false. I didn't hurt anybody. Nobody said you hurt anybody, but yeah, Jesus Christ on a motorbike. Like, it's wild. I couldn't believe it. The body cam footage quick. Which the body cam footage wasn't much except what you saw on that little clip. I mean, it literally just showed the cop pulling up. They pulled the girl over, and then there was a cop. He stood by the passenger door because they thought that was him. He was going by Anthony. So it's wild. Never underestimate a woman scorned. I know that's right. Okay, so so I put up, just going to touch on this for a second. I put up the Chrisleys were pardoned by Trump, and they went to jail for tax fraud, tax evasion, and allegedly totaling $30 million. Well, their daughter, Savannah Chrisley, has been going to the White House. She's been doing all these things. Trump pardoned them. So they got out of jail. And of course, Todd Chrisley, he's not been seen. And everybody was like, he's not going to be seen for like a week because he's got to get foils and get all these things. Well, a person caught the mom out. So this is what she looks like now since being in jail, Julie. So somebody caught it, which of course she can't dye her hair in jail. You know what I mean? So Carissa, you're a fan. So the cameras and producers there videoing because, she was in jail. She was in a federal prison in Kentucky, and Todd was in a federal prison in Florida, Pensacola. And so, one of the kids, Savannah, went and got her dad, and the son Jackson went and got Julie. And so, they spotted her. Grapevine, the guy was driving a jet ski and ran over a young gal in a kayak. Oh no, I didn't hear about that. That's awful. Um, so there she was spotted in public, and like I said, I don't think he's not gonna be. Yes, Todd has to get his look together. That's what I said. He's got to get. These are the Chrisleys. Yes, that's Julie. Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were asking like what? Yeah, that is Julie Chrisley. Yeah, I mean she looks the same except her hair. She can't dye her hair. But Todd is like absolutely not. Somebody was making a joke and said, "You'll see him next Wednesday. He's got to give the Botox time to set in." Nanny Faye has got to have her moment because she has to give him hell. So Nanny Faye is cracking up on him right now, like about his hair and everything. But I guarantee you, she just had to take that picture and post it, knowing she cares a lot about her appearance. Yeah, yeah. Seasoned truther, yes, they caught her. Who are you talking about? They caught her. Oh, they caught her out. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so getting into the next, yeah, that's what they said, Micah. They said that Todd would have to, his Botox would need to be, had time to like settle in or whatever. But this leads me to, well, it doesn't really lead me, but we're going to this next part, which I am excited to share with you guys. But it has to do, well, shit. Am I still on Facebook? I'm sure I am. I am still on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, please come over here to YouTube. I am going to end the Facebook. I love you guys. Bye. So this brings me into the main story for tonight. As you guys know, I have been introducing new malarkey into the mix, and I have introduced you guys to Gabby Jacobson, which is a TikTok creator who has done a million things. We've talked about many of them. She has allegedly faked miscarriages, faked pregnancies, faked documents. She has done the most, right? Well, she decided, well, it's not the first time, but Gabby decided she was going to take two women to court. Now, Gabby has taken people to court a few times. I believe before this court date, like 5 other judges heard her story. But Gabby likes to go to court, and she likes to take people to court to silence their opinion, because if they have an opinion, you've been waiting, Diana. If you have been waiting, listen to me. She says that she's fierce for her life, and she goes after people and tries to get protection orders, restraining orders, whatever the case may be. She never has proof. She allegedly trolls herself for attention. She does all the things. Well, she thought she could get online and talk about this court case. And for months, she has been saying that the court case went a certain way when it didn't. So one of the girls that she filed against actually got, did the Freedom of Information Act, and they got the recording from court. And I want you guys to listen to some of this, because this is it ties back into now granted, maybe hasn't taken multiple people to court or forged documents that I know of, but they do talk about how maybe says she's scared for her life, and people have told her to get restraining orders and all these things. So it does kind of tie into that, because you'll hear them talk about those things and how they can't like threats from people, even if they call her phone or any of that. Like, if you can't authenticate that and you can't prove who that is, it's hearsay. So a lot of that's went on, but Gabby was trying to tell how certain things went. And of course, when she found out that the transcripts, the recordings were going to be leaked, she was not happy. I heard Donna Kay was like that, but Tracy, yeah. Oh, Tiffany, yes, Team Petty. Tiffany, were you around during the IG days? Donna Kay does not like me. But this is what happened when Gabby found out that these court recordings were going to be put out. FBI. Where is the sound? Oh, does it not have sound? Why does it do that sometimes, I wonder? All right, so let's do, I don't know why the sound's not working on that one. All right, so let's do this way. Let's do it this way. He's got a backup because I know sometimes that shit happens. So, you know me, I'm always ready with the backup here. All right. Hold, please. Hold, please. All right. All right, let's watch a little bit of this first, and then we'll get into the actual court recording. Because if whoever this lawyer was, I want this lawyer. I don't know where all he practices at, but this lawyer handed her ass to her. Yes, Tina Bina, it is. And I'm gonna show this video just so you get familiar with who it is, who we're talking about. This is when she recorded.
Dissociative identity disorder, whatever they're calling multiple personality disorder these days.
What about the renaming something as pure fiction?
Well, we've had, I've seen a handful of cases during my
I don't know what she's listening to.
see with a doctor who has a degree.
What's up?
What the hell?
What has to say?
Heard the word sweet and hour. You tagging yourself on my case.
What do you think the schedule of the violence currently?
Oh, now we have confirmation that the ADM needs to be excised. It's hemorrhaging into the temporal lobe.
Because they want to hurt me.
What's this?
Jerry.
It's like mesial temporal lobe cirrhosis.
Oh Lord, they want to hurt her.
They want to make fun of me because I have a lawyer.
But she didn't have a lawyer. Yes, she chose. So this is another thing. She chose to represent herself. Now, this is where it gets tricky because these two females that she was taking to court, she allegedly sent them a cease and desist. Okay. So this cease and desist was from this law firm, and she says that the paralegal was her friend and that the paralegal is who made these documents and emailed them to her, and she mailed them out. So this cease and desist, she's trying to say they broke a cease and desist and all these things. Well, it seems like she may have forged those documents. So not only is she in court, not only did she go to court because she was trying to get these protection orders, but the attorney general happened to be sitting in the courtroom and was listening to all of this because she's being investigated by the attorney general because she allegedly impersonated a lawyer, forged these documents. I mean, it's so much bigger. So because she wanted to go for like the 5th time and try to get a protective order against somebody, now the attorney general got to hear her lying under oath repeatedly. So she's not happy that people get to hear this. And of course, she had no representation. So the lawyer destroyed her, like literally destroyed her.
Never lied in court.
You're talking about removing a portion of this case. You know as well as I do, there are serious consequences to this. We need a second opinion.
I like you most of the time.
Okay, lawyers are to lie. Okay, that's what they do. I didn't have a lawyer.
She's going to lead us. She's in trouble. She's in trouble. She doesn't know it. I mean, she don't get it.
I
She
did
doesn't
have
understand
proof.
what she's
They
done.
just didn't let me see it. I didn't know I had to submit everything. I had everything in a fucking binder, but they wouldn't allow it. They didn't let me see. Ask Erin if you don't fucking believe me.
She didn't know what she was
Forget
supposed to do.
So we added on some additional studies looking at your iron levels.
I never
They
told
got
my
her good.
lawyers I won.
excess iron, poison
Definitely did.
which review caused
I don't know if Oh, Diana,
You
we're
might
getting ready to
think,
play it,
Louise,
honey.
you might be, you think that you're winning. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Laugh. Laugh. Go ahead.
We'll need to do a phlebotomy tonight and every week for the next month.
Get it out while you can.
The best chance to recover.
While you
Wait, you're
can.
talking just a
Another
little,
threat.
but drops,
See, that's what
right?
she does. She threatens people.
Go ahead.
Yes, Sherry. Yes, that's what she does. She sits in colors. That's what she always does. She colors.
We need to discuss this. Leave us alone.
Oh, FBI. It was wild. All right, let me see what else is in here. She's getting upset because she knows it's about to get played. This was right before they played it. And she knows that they destroyed her in that courtroom. That's why she's so upset. And of course, the Attorney General was there. So.
That's all fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You guys all think. That's fine.
Here we go. She's getting up.
That's fine. Go ahead. Laugh. Get it all out of your system, honey.
Oh, goodness.
Go ahead. You might as well get it all out of your system. Because you won't be laughing when you're. I'm just going to shut my mouth. But go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. You're just making this more harder on yourself. You're right. The court wasn't my way. The court wasn't my way. Because I didn't have a liar. I didn't have a lawyer. I didn't have a lawyer. So the lawyer made me look fucking pathetic. The lawyer made me look like, but you know what? He's going to protect his 3 victims. He's going to protect them. What do you think? That's why when you are a criminal and you've done something wrong, they're going to back you up and lie for you to get out of jail. So come on, we all know the truth. And we all know how the system works and the court works and how just whatever.
She lied under oath several times.
The lawyer was the top #1 criminal offense. And yeah, Natasha went on fucking TikTok. Stupid bitches.
She is.
Whatever. What? What, Aaron? What?
You know what? I'm paying to get that shit removed out here.
You would be pissed off.
No, I'd be letting them.
Right.
I'm gonna get a test.
Okay, Aaron. No, I'm not getting off the fucking internet. I should not have to.
Mm-mm. Her husband's over it. He just doesn't understand why she can't just leave it alone. Like, just do what you do. Leave it alone.
The lawyer said if I did it because it was my TikTok money or my actress money. No, it wasn't.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, Tiffany.
Nothing.
Yeah, sure.
No, it wasn't.
He was pissed. And now I know why.
Go
wait,
fuck
CV,
yourself.
you hear her in court.
Go fuck yourself. You know, no wonder people die and kill themselves. No wonder people kill themselves.
Okay. So that's Gabby. The reason that she was upset is because she's notorious for taking people to court and trying to get protection orders or restraining orders. She tells everybody that people are cyberbullying her, all the things. And she took them to court and lost in a bad way. In a bad way. And the lawyer, she represented herself. And the lawyer literally made a fool of her. No joke. But what happened, she's been telling everybody that she won, but now the person she took to court got the transcripts, well, the audio from court. So that's what we're going to listen to. She is Sheena.
Significant emotional and free eye the disturbance in my son.
Right. So this is her opening statement.
Counsel for the defense or respondents can give an opening, then we'll begin with testimony.
Oh, it gets.
Okay, so
just wait.
Give an opening then.
All right, Your Honor, I stand before you today deeply concerned for the safety and well-being of myself and my son. For months, I have been the target of cyber stalking and cyber harassment that's leaving me feeling unsafe in my own home. Threats of violence, threats of rape, and harassment. They have made it very clear that they are not going to stop, no matter what the consequences are. The fraudulent CPS calls, the disturbing acts of posting my address of offers and free items has put my family at risk and has caused significant emotional distress.
Not a tear.
I fear from the safety of myself and my son. He is a minor and he's vulnerable. I'm asking for a personal protection order to ensure that we can live without fear and to regain our sense of security.
Counsel, do you wish to reserve or give your opening at this time?
Just briefly, Judge, I'll give it so the court is aware of some of my cross-examinations in front of. These are fake petitions. She has filed fake petitions across the country regarding fraudulent injunctions, Your Honor. She's a TikToker. What she does is she goes on TikTok and she creates fake drama and it creates fake things that never happen so that she could then get viewers. She makes tens of thousands of dollars by putting up fake posts about things that never actually happened to her. She's a wannabe actress on TikTok where she creates fake drama. She's never met my clients before. She's never seen them before probably until today. She's never met them. My clients have never texted her. They've never called her. Both of them are from out of state. And one is from Indiana. Miss Laura Harding is from Indiana and flew here for this. Miss Natasha Brown is from Ohio and flew here for this. She has filed fake injunctions in...
I love him too. He is the best.
In DuPage County, Illinois. They were all dismissed. I could put the names on the record later. It'll be part of my case. She has also filed one against Laura Harding, who's here, a fake injunction that was done in Monroe County. That hearing happened back in September and was denied by the court up there, and then she refiled here. This person,
it gets better.
It's come to my attention, is going to be putting these proceedings on TikTok for a financial gain. This is nothing more than someone who's abusing the court system for financial gain. There's been no threats ever.
Thank you, Villain.
And I believe that's what the evidence is going to show. The temporaries were not granted, and they were not granted for a reason. There's no dates in here. There's no times. There's no evidence whatsoever that my clients even know her. So other than what they've seen about her on TikTok, that she's a professional scam artist is what the evidence is going to show. Thank you.
All right. So,
counsel, just wait, downtown.
She testifies from the table. Okay.
Not at all.
She perjures herself, or she
see what it's highlighting is where we're at.
And stay away from she's and hers because there's two respondents, so I need you to identify by name.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I sent Natasha and Laura.
Objection, Your Honor. She's reading from a script.
She's reading from a script.
Yeah, it's not proper testimony.
So Gabby had written out everything that she wanted to say because, of course, she's representing herself. So she had written out, instead of how a lawyer writes out their opening statement and then they memorize it and then they go from that, right? Well, she just wrote it out and she thought she could read from her piece of paper. And the lawyer's like, she's reading from a script. And so the judge was like, you can't do that. She continues to try to read from the script. But this gets so much more in depth because, like I said, the attorney general is sitting behind her lawyer in court. And she lies on the stand. Her mom lies under oath. And their attorney general is trying to build a case against her right now because of all the fraudulent things that she's done. So that's what she doesn't realize. So this lawyer gets her good because everything in this that she says under oath, the attorney general can use against her. And I don't think she realized. So her trying to take them to court again. And she's, like I said, this is like the 5th judge in Florida that had heard this. Not only that, she had filed in Illinois and Indiana on some of these women. Like she's been trying to abuse, like he said, abuse the court system for financial gain.
Nope.
Your Honor, I am just very scared, and I wrote it out just to help me bulletproof the points.
Oh, thank you.
Well, if it's a document that you've written...
Well, everything I'm about to say is I'm going to show you evidence backing up my statement.
Well...
It gets better.
You need to testify.
No, you're not late. It's just starting.
Recollection, by looking at your notes, you can do that, but you should try to testify without reading a statement.
Okay, Your Honor. So I sent Natasha and Laura a cease and desist for them to please stop talking about me. Since then, they are both on live, making a joke out of it.
So the cease and desist, remember that, because that is part of the attorney general's thing. Like she said, I sent them a cease and desist. And so basically she's trying to claim that she sent them a legit cease and desist from a lawyer's office and that they're still talking about her.
Natasha Brown, I have her on a screen recording, stated, "This is a joke. You're not going to win, and I'm not going to stop talking about you." And she said the words, "I'm going to wipe this with my butt." Your Honor, Natasha Brown and Laura Harding, I can't go on a live stream without them making fun of me, talking about my body parts, saying nasty things on live about me. They have posted my address.
Objection, Your Honor. She's reading from a script.
Okay.
Reading from a script.
Okay. So, again, to testify...
You haven't missed anything, Oat. It's just starting.
Without using...
I'm sorry.
See, it'll tell you right up here where
So
we're at.
ever since my phone number and address, I've gotten violence of threats, a rape threat, and
See, it tells you right here where we're at.
Every time.
Facts not in evidence. She never alleged anything regarding rape in her...
Tap, tap, tap.
So she's bringing in extrinsic, new facts, new allegations regarding her allegations.
Your Honor, I have everything that... Please.
Okay.
Please.
Well, we are in court of law, so the rules of evidence are...
Oh, she gets worse.
So,
thank you, Lynn.
if you have exhibits, there's a way of introducing them.
Also, Miss Laura Harding has posted pictures of my son, has talked absolutely nasty about my son, posting his IEP, talking about his IEP, telling me that I'm a shitty mother, and
Facts,
how
baby.
they are calling CPS, weaponizing law enforcement, making a joke, laughing about it, getting all of their followers to call. Laura Harding stated that she would call SSI and to tell everybody to call SSI to get my Social Security taken away from my son.
Wrongo.
Also, the last couple of days for court, Natasha Brown, and I have her on a recording, stated that she's going to be in the courtroom, and she said that I want her to walk past me so I can see if she smells like tuna and cornfish. Then I have it on a recording that Natasha Brown is going to take pictures and recording me outside of the courthouse.
And it was...
Same thing with Laura.
But guess who recorded her outside the courthouse? Her sister and Momo did that, not me.
Harding. Also, I have a screen recording that Laura Harding called me a cunt. I'm sorry. And twat waffles.
Called me a cunt.
Also,
none of this is in her petition.
Okay.
None of this. This is all. I'm asking her to be. Whatever's in her petition is obviously what she could talk about. Now we're talking about rape and twat.
If we go down.
Okay, so she had filed this petition back in like November or something. I mean, this thing had been filed for a while. So she is now on the stand trying to bring up things that she did not put in her injunction or didn't put it in there. Like she's now saying that they're threatened grape, which was not even something she complained about before. She's talking about he said, and now we're talking about grape and twat waffle. He's like, none of this is even in her complaint. And so she's trying to bring up even things from like days before the court case happened. And she can't understand that she's only supposed to be bringing up things she originally had in her complaint. She keeps bringing up all this extra stuff, and it makes me think she thought court was going to go like her TikTok live, and that the judge was going to be, believe her like one of her followers or some shit. Yeah, they told her, they said that when she walked by, she would smell like tuna and corn chips because she eats it all the time. She eats like this tuna and she gets it delivered or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, they said when she walks by me in court, she's going to smell like uh, tuna and corn chips or some shit like that. Like they joke about that she smelled, like Fritos, how you're like people say like dog paws smell like Fritos and shit. You were a bailiff in the courtroom. Oh, you wish you were. Oh, me too. This is about Gabby, the new malarkey. This is when she went to court and she was alleging that people were cyberbullying her, that people were doxing her address, her phone number, all these things. And so they went to court, and this is the actual audio from court. Yeah, she thought she could keep adding things, and the lawyer was like, "No, this is not in it." And her complaint was like 140 some pages or something.
Here will be on YouTube.
Your Honor, this was just a couple days ago.
Okay, we need to stay focused on what's in the petition because that's what you're here for court. And there hasn't been a supplemental petition filed. So,
you see, a narcissist has trouble following the rules that the rest of us has to abide by. And here in the courtroom, she had to follow the rules that were set for all of us. It was really hard. YouTube's in my bio.
Petition, and if you have exhibits that are going to help you explain, you'll need to try to move those into evidence.
I am clearing my name with facts. Here's the greatest.
So when Natasha Brown has doxed my address and phone number, all of them were included in phone calls over and over again. I had threats of saying, I'm going to go kill yourself.
It was hard.
I believe there's a direct correlation with Natasha and my safety for these threats. Also, there has been, since my address was put out there, I have been getting Craigslist ads, free diapers and wipes. I have been scared in my home, getting knocked on the door by strangers. I have a screenshot stating that they are going to come and I'm going to give them the diapers and wipes like I promised them. I called the police and I said, I am scared. Can you guys please send a police officer? Because I don't know who's going to show up at my door. I am living in fear in my home.
She can't prove any of us did that.
If there's a knock on the door, I'm scared. I call my fiance and I'm like, babe, there's a knock on the door. I don't know who's here. I changed my numbers multiple times and they still find me and they still harass me.
No, ma'am, we don't. You're on a public platform.
I have all the evidence up with Craigslist and the phone calls, Your Honor, and the threats and the rape threats.
She can't prove who done them. And see what it says
Also,
right down here?
I have a lot of exhibits I would like the court to see with Laura Harding and what she has said about my son and how she posted pictures of my son. That needs to be shown.
She was
my
denied.
son doesn't deserve this, Your Honor, and they're not going to stop. And Natasha stated that she, if nothing happens today,
oh my God, thank you.
Go and blast the law firm and tell me, make me the worst person in the, it's a mockery. And I'm scared of what she's going to do if I don't get a PPO.
Did you have
Yes, she represented herself.
Try to introduce because there's predicates. So
She had already been denied 5 times prior, and also in the state of Indiana before she decided to take me to court in
When would you
Florida.
like me to go exhibit?
we just handed.
So the lady that's talking, she is one of the people that she took to court. And like you heard her, she had already taken her 5 other times and in another state. Plus, she had filed some of these, maybe not to this woman, but other people in Indiana. So in 3 states, she's been trying to file these PPOs.
The attorney.
They tell Maybay, file a restraining order.
Look through it.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I can't either,
And then we'll
Tiffany.
have to go through each one individually.
It gets worse. Yeah.
They can record it. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm clearing my name.
Also here. I'm so sorry.
And
Right, Victor.
this looks like something different that was not in the, some of these look something different that were not in the original. There's improper foundation here and hearsay to the first stack.
All right, let's mark that A just for identification.
There's nothing to authenticate any of those. There's nothing whatsoever.
The truth is coming out.
Stack, from random phone numbers, nothing to authenticate any of these. This is all hearsay.
See, nothing was authenticated.
Fraudulent.
All hearsay, so it's denied. None of it gets to go in there.
There's no name. The people in the second stack was not in her original.
All right, then we'll mark this.
Oh my God, he's the
for
best.
Identification purposes, just so the record's clear.
Mike Colombo.
The third stack is the same thing. This is not in the original for either Lauren Harding or Natasha Brown. This is all hearsay. None of this is
You're welcome.
Authenticated. This is all hearsay. There's no way to tell who created this, and it's our position that she created this. This is all false, that she created this herself for her TikTok profits. None of this, it's all hearsay.
All right, so that will be Exhibit C for identification. All right.
I got it up full blast, babe. Yep, denied it because she couldn't authenticate it because she's faked too much evidence.
These are all the police reports that I filed.
Okay. All right, so
Right,
based on the
2 Ts?
evidentiary objections, did you have anything further in terms of arguing against the objections that this is hearsay, that it's not authenticated?
Yes, Your Honor, everything that is in there is 100% the truth. And I have screen recordings proving that this Natasha Brown is this TikTok live stream as well that is cyber stalking me.
You guys,
and I have everything that I can prove. I have her speaking about how she's going to take pictures of me and how she found a hotel that's 15 minutes away from me. She was stating all of this in the last a couple days, and it's been going on for months. I have tons of proof, and I've made police reports.
At this point, whatever
You guys
she
think you
testified to,
stopped
none of this is in her affidavit.
Just tap so we don't go down.
Injunction, and all of those documents are hearsay.
All right. They've been marked for exhibit for the record, but the court would have
Oh my
to
God,
sustain
guys,
the
quit
objection as to hearsay as to all 3 composite exhibits. So
Thank you, but please.
All hearsay. All her
Yes,
little
I will post it to my
screenshots.
YouTube.
to argue your case.
So when I file, Your Honor, they just told me to just do a rough summary and then to bring in all the evidence.
Hearsay.
Okay. Well.
So it's my first time doing this as well.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. You can choose to hire counsel to represent you, or you can proceed pro se, which is what you've chosen to do. But I can't assist you in telling you how to present your case. All I can do is rule on objections. And at this point, the objection is that those documents are hearsay. So it doesn't get something into evidence just to say, I have evidence and it's all true.
Okay, and then what about if I want to show you some clips of her speaking?
Well, again, are they in your I mean,
They told me I couldn't do it, that I have a flash drive.
okay, there's 143 pages to your petition.
Did you hear that? 143 pages to her petition.
So, are these exhibits referenced in your petition?
They should be.
Yep, she had burden
the
of
last
proof.
couple of days with the whole court thing that she's been on live talking about how they're going to take me down, how their goal was to shut us up.
Okay.
Judge, I'm going to object.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead, counsel.
My objection is this is well outside the scope of the injunction, whatever she's filed.
Okay. All right, the injunction was filed on October 31st, 2024, I believe, is what the clerk's records reflect. So we need to stay with the supporting evidence up to the date of filing. So believe what you're telling me now is this is all stuff that's occurred since?
With the injunction, Your Honor, I did mention about Craigslist and CPS, fraudulent CPS, how they call nonstop.
Mind you, she didn't have any evidence of that either.
CPS is actually looking into this as
She
well.
had no
That's what
evidence.
they told
She
me.
just thinks the judge should
Because
take
it's
her
just
word like here on
nonstop.
TikTok.
And they said they won't stop.
The real world doesn't work that way.
Also, I have, I mentioned in my injunction that doxing my address, and I have proof of her account and her picture that's stating that that is her account, and a picture that she doxed my number. And ever since she doxed my number, that is where all the harassment, the ringleader of the whole group. And I do believe that between Natasha posting my address and phone number, it put a risk to my family's safety. And Your Honor, I am living in fear. I had no issues prior to Natasha doxing my number and address.
Oh my God, thank you.
Making a joke on live. It's been screen recorded. It's live, and you can't.
Oh my God, was that what I thought it was? Lord have mercy.
Deny evidence. You just can't.
They were sending her gifts.
Y'all are gonna make me cry.
It's not hearsay if you have it on recording, Your Honor. And I would love to show it to you because...
Did you hear what she told the judge? She thinks she could boss the judge.
I just want to be able to go home and be able to have a sense of security. And knowing
stop
that I'm
rage
not going to live in
baiting.
fear.
Stop lying on people. Yep. Think she could tell the judge all kinds of lies, and I appreciate y'all.
And then let me make a legal ruling.
We'll start with Laura Harding. Exhibit M.
3 years, but
Laura Harding.
Exhibit M.
From a document, not an evidence.
Okay. Again, you're starting to reference to an
trying to
exhibit.
read her script again.
It's an exhibit matching up to...
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to read this.
Okay.
Yes. Let me remind you all, the Attorney General that she claims, she's not in trouble with, was sitting directly behind me in the courtroom, listening to all of this, every bit of it. And you guys can ask SWAT that this shit takes time, not just 5 months.
Exhibit for the court to look at. There's no exhibit in evidence.
Submitted in evidence.
There's nothing received into evidence.
And she just keeps faking doctors
are not in evidence.
and documents.
So
She
I
just
can't consider that
thinks
as
she's
evidence
untouchable.
because the proper
Oh my God, what is that? Mabel, thank you.
I'm sorry, Honor. I wish I would have known that.
All right. Are you able to go forward with any proof at this time?
I have proof, but it's not in my injunction.
That's Gabby and the judge.
But I do have proof of CPS threats that was in my injunction.
All right. If you have threats of CPS that are in the injunction, again, give me reference, an exhibit, show
You
it to
guys are great.
counsel,
Thank
and
you.
let
You
me
don't need
see
to do
if
that.
there's any objection to the court receiving the document.
She had no clue.
Right? Everybody's just supposed to take her for her word because she's so credible, right?
Yes, Tanya.
She has a clue. The dumb is just an act. She's done this to multiple people in multiple courtrooms across the country.
Yep.
I appreciate it. You guys are multiple other creators here on TikTok, and they go silent. She's just been getting, I'm not going to go silent. I have a voice and I'm going to use it. And fake evidence. Truth comes with hard fucking facts that don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Is all hearsay. She wrote
Oh my God, really? Thank you guys.
and there's nothing to authenticate it. It is our belief that she created this fraudulently for the purposes of today's proceeding.
All right, so this would be number 4 as a proffer.
It's all
total
waste. Hearsay. All right. And nothing to she hasn't authenticated any of it.
4 other judges in the state of Florida saw her evidence before this date, and she was denied.
Things, wrote things on there like CPS.
I appreciate you guys.
Objection. Is it possible to, like, do an IP address to track?
Okay, hold on. Let him finish making his objection, and you can respond to his objection.
So none of these, this is all hearsay.
Saying it's all hearsay.
Authenticated. These are from unknown phone numbers.
Objection
It's our belief that she created all of these texts herself, wrote things like CPS on it herself. These are none of these phone numbers go to anything.
He's telling her that none of the phone numbers are corroborated. There's no proof of her evidence being authenticated. It's all been made up by Gabby Jacobson.
The vast majority.
And the judge seems to agree.
I think the first page is none of it is in the injunction. And the first page of it is still
best one in the county.
Text message from an unknown date, unknown time, from an unknown. So it's hearsay. The rest of it.
I know she told everyone she lied. She's still lying on my name today.
These pictures were not in her petition, and it's all hearsay.
All right. Now, did you want to respond to his objection?
Yes, it is not all hearsay, and if we could have the courts run an IP address, get all the CPS courts, everything that I have submitted, as well as here in the court, is not fraudulent. It is 100% facts. And if we have to go deeper into this, showing that none of this is hearsay, none of this is fraudulent, I would love to do that, because I am standing here before you, Your Honor, telling you 100% that was not me, and I did not create those.
Judge ruled they have been faked, and she's the only one standing there presenting them to a judge. The only people in the courtroom at this time are me, Brownie, the Attorney General, my lawyer, the judge, and Gabby. Thank you.
And if we can run an IP address to...
I can't. That's not my job to investigate or present a case. So
Yep, she thought she could do in a court of law what she does here on TikTok.
That would be sustained as hearsay.
And let me remind you, all of her forged evidence has been documented in evidence. Right there for the Attorney General to
No, Your Honor.
get a hold of.
Yes.
Miss Jacobson, you stated under oath here, under the penalties of perjury, that this is your first time ever doing this. Is that correct? Do you remember saying that here in court? You said that in court.
Wait, did you hear what he said? And who's she talking about committing perjury and lying under oath? She just said that this was her first time doing this, and he's asking her about it.
Remember that?
For the injunctions.
Okay. You actually filed a fraudulent injunction against Maria Matthews, case number 2023-O as in orange, P as in Paul, 001471, and you filed
he went there.
Injunction which was denied in DuPage County, Illinois. Do you recall that?
I do.
Okay.
And
you also filed a
So who has lied under oath?
Injunction to Juliana Muskowski. Juliana spelled Julina, last name Mask.
The truth is coming out, tippity tap, because she's going to be madder than a wet hen.
That was case number 2023-O O as in Orange, P as in Paul, 001470. You filed that in DuPage County, Illinois. That fake injunction was filed and it was denied by the court. Do you recall that?
I do, but how is it fraudulent when I went into the courthouse and did all the paperwork that they told me to do? That's not fraudulent.
You also filed a fake injunction against a Taylor Sloan, case number 2023-O as in Orange, P as in Paul.
I'm sorry.
1469. You filed that in DuPage County, Illinois, and that all this you submitted.
That's my
all the
CD
same,
drive. I had
all
to
the
get.
same things that you submitted here with the fake phone numbers, all of that, and that was denied in DuPage County. Do you recall that?
I do, but at the same time, that was my first time doing all of this, and I was new.
So you have.
Was filing in DuPage County, Illinois, your first time, Gabby, or was it right here in this courtroom that you swore under oath was your first time doing this? I think that's called perjury.
I've done this before. So yes?
Yes.
You lied to the court.
Multiple other cases, Steph.
This is your first time, correct?
Well, with the injunction and being in a different state, I mean, I never had to do with like cyber stalking. It was always, what do they call it in DuPage? Something different. So that's what I meant.
Okay. You also filed a fake injunction against my client Laura Harding in Monroe County, Indiana, which was denied by the court there, and you filed all the same stuff that you filed September 17th, 2024. Do you recall that?
I do.
Okay, so you recall filing all the same information in Monroe County, Indiana, regarding Laura Harding. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. And you recall being in front of a judge on or about September 17th of 2024, and the judge denying your injunction there?
Yes.
Okay. So this wasn't, when you told the court here earlier that this was your first time doing this, you lied to this court, correct? Yes or no?
No, it's cyber stalking. I just thought it was different of how every state's different how they proceed.
Don't punish me, Judge. I'm just a big old dummy dumb.
I mean, I just thought the cyber stalking was a different.
No, you didn't.
Different.
Judge didn't buy it either.
Isn't it true you filed the same type of cyber stalking in Illinois?
No.
In Monroe County, you did.
No, that was domestic violence. No.
No,
it
ma'am.
wasn't cyber stalking.
You filed injunctions in Illinois and in Indiana, correct?
Injunctions that they were saying that. It was something else.
No, ma'am.
Something for protection, a protection order?
Maybe, but it wasn't.
The same thing that the same type of legal piece of paper.
See, she thinks she can play innocent and lie and just lie.
DuPage County, Illinois, correct?
It was 3 years ago. It was a paper that I had the DuPage court help me with. And it wasn't like
somebody helped her with it. She's trying to throw somebody else under the bus. Thank you, Vicky.
Injunctions to get protection orders against other people in other parts of the country, correct?
I didn't submit any evidence. I had to write a statement. And then they just had it in front of a judge.
So you've been to DuPage County, Illinois, correct?
Yes.
And all of your injunctions or requests for protection, all of those were denied there, correct?
Correct.
And you did the same thing to Laura Harding, who you brought here from Monroe County, Indiana. You brought her here from Monroe County, and you did the same thing to her in Monroe County, Indiana, correct?
I love him
too.
Okay, you filed all the same paperwork in Monroe County that you did here, correct?
Say that one more time.
You filed all the same or similar paperwork regarding these phone numbers, this alleged stalking. You filed all of that in Monroe County, Indiana against Laura Harding, correct?
Yes.
And that was all denied on September 17, 2024.
Again, if I could say something, I didn't know. I'm not really good at this kind of stuff. And
Isn't it true you posted online a $500 bounty whoever could record today's court proceedings so that you could post it on your TikTok page?
Say that one more time.
You posted a $500 bounty to whoever could record today's events so that you could post it on TikTok.
Bounty? No.
You posted a request for somebody to tape record today's proceedings.
No.
Is that why you brought your Apple Watch in so that you could tape record today's proceedings?
Absolutely not.
So she had posted allegedly wanting someone to come to the court with her and record the proceedings. And I guess she couldn't get someone, so she had told someone, I guess, that she was wearing her Apple Watch so she could record it. So he's calling her out on everything, and he's about to bust her out. And like I said, Attorney General's there, and he is putting on a show because he's getting ready to talk about the cease and desist and the law office, and it gets messy.
Oopsie.
And you're here to make money off this court proceeding, correct?
No.
Okay. How much money do you make on TikTok?
Not a lot.
You have subscribers, correct?
I do.
Mind you, they already knew the answers to everything he's asking.
You post your address out there for your subscribers, correct?
Nope,
No.
he's the best in Lee County.
To send you gifts for your son, for yourself, correct?
Friends, yes.
No, yeah, you post,
But they're not subscribers.
You post your address publicly so people could send you gifts for your son.
No, that is friends that I've met.
Okay, and you have posted
Thank you,
this
Owen.
publicly, correct?
Post what?
Your address in Cape Coral.
No.
You posted this.
No, I've never posted my address on social media.
And you've
well,
requested,
crap.
and you posted your phone number, correct?
No.
And her license plate.
So that you could
She doxed herself just again today.
send you
Thank you, guys.
items for your son, which you then turn around and sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Absolutely not.
And that's what you do. You prey on people's feelings on Facebook by creating a fake persona, correct?
No.
You have a TikTok persona, correct?
I do.
And
A persona.
You're doing that for money, correct?
It's for an income.
Yes.
She lies
And you
for
put the
income
drama
on
of all of
TikTok.
this, the drama that you create, you put on there so that you can make money from people, correct?
It's entertainment.
Okay.
Just
like
entertainment, her fake miscarriage,
No.
all entertainment, rage baiting.
Yes. You said there was a letter regarding a cease and desist.
He did the, I gotta pause for a second. He did this part right here because, like I said, the Attorney General was sitting behind us, the one that's investigating her for the fraud, for practicing law without a license, for all kinds of other shit, was sitting right behind us. So this part he's doing for the Attorney General in the courtroom.
You recognize that item?
Yes.
How do you recognize that item?
This is from a paralegal in Illinois
Paralegals cannot
that
practice law.
she said that she would help me. And so she wrote it, and then I mailed it out.
Okay, you mailed it out here in Cape Coral?
Yes.
Okay. So that is, you got that from a real law firm?
Yes.
Okay, what's the name of
Testified
the
it's a...
There's 3 parts of it, but I can go, if I can get excused, I can go ahead and reach the paralegal.
law? Okay. So
And they can tell you.
there is a law office of Steinfeld, and Francis law offices. Is that
Yes.
correct?
There's more, there's like 3 parts of it.
Okay. And you're saying that this is a real law firm?
By the paralegal, yes.
Nope. Is this a real law firm?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show
She's
you.
a supervisor paralegal that works for the law firm and works for the attorneys.
Okay, I'm asked.
Guess who else testified that was a real law firm? Mimi.
This is defense 1, and then I'm going to show you what's not the defense, respondents 1. Respondents 2, this is also a letter directed to Laura Hardy.
Correct.
Is that from the same law firm?
Yes.
And you're saying here under oath in this court that law firm exists?
That's me.
Throwing people under the bus.
From that law firm?
Correct, yes. When I was living in Illinois, we were actually, it was a family friend from a long, long time ago. And now she's older and she got her degree as a paralegal and now she's a paralegal supervisor. And she found me on TikTok and she said, Gabby, this
Karma
is not
is
okay
locked
for
and
someone to do
loaded,
this to
y'all.
you. So she looked over my TikTok, she investigated, she dug deep, and she was like, I can help you. They need to stop doing this to you.
All right, so
If you want me to, I can go outside and
We
talk
need to
the
stop
paralegal.
telling the truth about her being an actress and telling lies to earn money here on TikTok. Imagine that. So see, we have a purpose.
Is this the same?
It's called theft by deception, Gabby.
Philip Steinberg's firm?
I never
When you impersonated Philip Steinberg, is that the same firm?
impersonated.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that again?
When you impersonated a lawyer here, is that the same law firm?
I never impersonated anybody.
Do you know who Philip Steinberg is?
No.
Okay, so you're under oath. Did you go to this law firm of Steinfeld and Francis law office?
No, I did not. I was FaceTiming with the law firm.
She FaceTime with that law firm now in your office. A law firm that doesn't exist.
Okay, so you don't object to the court reviewing this. You agree that this was a letter that you produced and mailed to Ms. Natasha Brown?
The paralegal wrote it. They emailed it to me, and I sent it out here. Yes.
That'll be respondents.
Right to the Attorney General.
Respondents to. And did you respondents to, which is to Laura
She's
Harding?
being investigated. She is in trouble.
Have Victoria
He was genius, man. Genius.
Yes.
And is she a real person?
She's a real person.
She consented to writing that letter.
Yes, she did.
And she wrote that on a real law firm's letterhead.
The judge took it into evidence.
Do you know that law firm exists, yes or no?
Yes, I looked at it.
Okay, so it does exist.
Yes.
Okay.
There's 3 parts of it, but I would like to, if I could, go out there and call Victoria and prove that it is a law firm.
And then you
If
also,
I could.
you mailed that letter. I'm going to show you which one it is.
You're welcome. I said I would. Go.
3 respondents to. You actually mailed that letter here from Cape Coral, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree
I love him too.
that you posted that FedEx receipt that you mailed that letter to both Natasha Brown and to Laura Harding?
Yes.
And you did that here in Cape Coral?
Yes.
Oh my God.
All right. Enter that into evidence.
Very well spent. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you very much.
Can I go call the paralegal?
And you talked to Victoria Quintero. Is that your testimony here under oath?
Yes.
And did you meet with this law firm of Steinfeld
Thank you.
and Francis?
I had a FaceTime meeting in her office.
Okay, and did you meet with an attorney?
No, I did not.
Did you speak to
She just testified a minute ago. She did.
So you met with
Gabby was
paralegal
Gabby's lawyer.
Victoria Quintero, the paralegal supervisor,
Yes.
at the law firm of Steinfeld, and Francis.
I don't know if she does or not.
Yes.
And the phone number, 630-532-9102.
Nope, this is not recorded illegally. This was,
Where does that go?
I filed the paperwork. See, this is me requesting
Does that go to you?
this recording.
No, that's not my number.
That goes to your friend, Victoria? That goes to your friend, who's posing as a paralegal, correct?
No.
Yep, he was there.
And you're telling this court under oath that the letters,
Oh my God, you guys, thank you.
Markets 1 and 2 from Steinfeld, and Francis Law Office, those are real letters that you were given from a real law firm and that you sent out here in Cape Coral?
Yes.
Shit, this stupid computer.
And isn't it true you also showed that those
Yep.
letters to law enforcement in Monroe County, Ohio?
Yes.
Okay. And you also showed those letters in Indiana as well when you called Laura Harding?
No.
Letters to law enforcement?
For the deceased?
Yeah.
No.
The ones that we just marked as evidence, which is respondents 1 and 2, from the law firm of Steinfeld, and Francis Law Offices, you sent those letters to law enforcement in Monroe County, Ohio.
He didn't. He's still not done eating yet.
To the sheriff department?
He's still eating.
I mailed them.
So not only did she allegedly fake this whole law firm, fake the cease and desist, and impersonate a lawyer by sending these out, but she also used these and showed these to law enforcement on multiple occasions in different counties and used these documents as a way to get what she wanted out of law enforcement or try to get what she wanted out of law enforcement. So not only has she, forged these cease and desist and sent them to women on the internet, but she's used these not only now in a court, she's used them with law enforcement. So And that's why one reason the attorney general is there, because she's impersonated a lawyer and all these things. And that's why he keeps asking her. So this is a legit law firm. Allegedly, the law firm doesn't exist. So, and of course, she's trying to put it all back on Victoria, but she keeps answering, yes, it exists. Yes. I mean, he's asking her the same questions like over and over again, the different ways. And she answers, she finally gives herself up. I mean, she should have just said, she should not have answered or something. I don't know. She got herself in deep with this one.
Hi, Lily.
Yes. Okay. And that was when you were filing a complaint against the Natasha Brown?
No, she's playing dumb.
No, I was doing the cease and desist to stop having to have them to stop talking about me. If they could.
She was trying to take away my First Amendment right to freedom of speech, to voice my shitty acting here on this app.
Continue to go on, I would bring it further.
Okay, and then you also mailed those same
Oh my
letters
God, 3 million. You guys are
Steinfeld
awesome.
and Francis law offices to law enforcement in Indiana regarding Laura Harding. Okay. You only did that you only sent it to law enforcement regarding Natasha Brown.
Yes.
Okay. And you submitted those same letters from Steinfeld, and Francis law offices to the court in Illinois.
I'm sorry, say that one more
You
time.
submitted the same letter to the court in Page County, Illinois.
Not the same letter. No, Your Honor. No.
You submitted the same letter to the court in Monroe County, Indiana regarding Laura Harding.
No.
Okay. Where else did you submit this letter from Steinfeld, and Francis law offices?
It was towards Natasha Brown, Kylie Faubert, and Laura J. Harding.
But she just said she didn't send one to my police.
And Kylie Faubert, that's somebody else that you filed an injunction against here in Lee County, correct?
Correct.
And that's someone that has to come here from Michigan and
She filed she has another girl that she sent that cease and desist to, and they have a court date as well, because this was back in January. They just got the recording, but I guess she had court with that girl in April. Like, she's constantly using the court system.
Correct.
And isn't it true you've actually never spoken to Natasha Brown on the phone?
Correct.
Isn't it true you've never actually spoken to Laura Harding on the phone? Isn't it true Laura Harding never sent you
Yes,
a
Monroe
single
County,
text
Indiana.
message?
That I cannot confirm because I do have a screenshot from somebody that's saying Brownie, which is Natasha Brown, is calling you. And I said, I know 50 people are. She goes, are you okay? I'm like, no, they won't leave me alone.
Isn't it true that Natasha Brown has never called you?
Again, I cannot confirm that because I mean, speaking on the phone to phone, no.
Isn't it true that Natasha Brown's never sent you a single message?
Again, no, but I can't confirm that she wasn't a part of it when I have a screenshot stating that she was contributing.
Neither was I.
So these people were going live giving their opinion about what Gabby put out. They never contacted her. They never went over to her platform, never messaged her. They never tried to call her on the phone. None of that. They were just giving their opinion online about what she put out. And that's the thing. She's trying to get a restraining order or a protection order because they talked about her. So her lawyer's letting the judge know and asking her basically, is it true that you've never spoke to them? They've never texted you. They've never messaged you. All these things. Like, she just thinks because they're talking about her and they have an opinion that she can get a protection order or a restraining order because they have an opinion about what the hell she puts out there, because they call her a shitty mom and they don't think the things that she does are appropriate. Like, you're right, Tiffany. You can't fake the funk in the courtroom, and he's going to call her out.
To all of it.
He starts crying even more late.
How much money are you making off of TikTok from Natasha Brown and Laura?
Ooh.
I have to go ahead and calculate it.
See there? Who's making money off of she's making money off our names.
I can't say a direct number. I could go and
The
look
judge
and
knows
add it all
exactly.
up.
So did the attorney general. So did my attorney.
And you do these live podcasts where you make fun of your child.
Yep, he asked how much she's making.
To have people feel sorry for you to send money in, correct?
No.
And you do these live podcasts. You just stated under oath, you've never done that.
Not to make fun of my son. Absolutely not.
Isn't it true you've actually made videos discussing your son?
Explain, please.
Isn't it true that you've made videos discussing your son online?
Discussing?
For money. Yeah.
Not for money.
You've made videos online on TikTok regarding your son, correct?
What I did was
Yes or no?
No.
No, okay. You said under oath you've never done that. You've never made videos regarding your son.
Like disgusting videos?
Discussing your son online. You've never done that.
Your Honor, I have to know like what he's talking about.
Talking about,
I can't,
Gabby,
when
discussing.
He says disgusting things,
He says discussing, not disgusting.
Isn't it true you've made videos online discussing your son to the
yes.
public?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you said disgusting. I'm sorry.
And isn't it true you've actually made videos online of you bouncing off of your vagina, calling it a clam slam so you can get minors to watch you?
No.
You've never done that before online?
No.
Okay. Isn't it true you've actually...
No.
Okay. And isn't it true you've discussed the mental health of your son online to get people to give you money?
Mental health.
You called your son a serial killer one time online. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so you
I can't.
You were telling this. You actually called your son a serial killer.
Can I explain?
Online.
Can I explain?
Yes or no?
Can I explain? Your Honor, can I please explain?
Well, go ahead.
Please,
Let her
can
explain. I'd love to hear this.
I'm a new mom. And I had no friends, nothing like that. And when he was 1 year old, he was starting with all these behaviors. Fighting, hitting, acting out. And being a first-time mom, I didn't know. And so I was venting to a lot of moms. And I just said, I just don't want him to, I want to raise him right. And I just don't want him to be raised to be... And
I know she's full of shit.
I should have never said it. I was thinking out loud as a mom, and knowing that I was worried about what was wrong, and I just wanted to do what's right, and it wasn't towards anything. And he is a beautiful, he's an amazing child now, and
they do roll the tape.
It was just a venting moment. And
Ms. Jacobson, how much money did you make online when you called your son a serial killer and said he had bipolar disorder? How much money did you make?
I never said bipolar.
Okay.
I never asked money for my son. That's disgusting.
Okay. And
what I do is
how much money did you make when you posted videos of you slapping a dog?
I did not slap a dog.
Okay. And how much money did you make when you were posting videos regarding the fake threats?
Excuse me?
You remember going online saying you were threatened?
Yes, because I had a screenshot that came across me.
And you were in fear of your life, right?
I didn't want to show I was fearful of my life. Then if you do, then you show them that you are very afraid, and sometimes they do something.
She makes money off of pretending to be stalked and harassed online while slandering other creators' names on TikTok.
So you're under oath. Being threatened is nothing to be joked about. That's what you're telling this court.
Basically, when I was trying...
Yes or no? Were you threatened?
I was, yes.
And you were in fear for your life?
I was, yes.
And you posted that online?
Yes, this will be on YouTube.
I say things out of my mouth.
Did you post it online that you were afraid for your life? Yes or no?
I don't recall.
And they had all the answers right there. They were ready for her. Because remember, she had been in front of 5 other Florida judges with her bullshit before today.
I have nothing else for you.
Okay. All right. Do you have any redirect based on his cross-examination?
Nothing is fraudulent, Your Honor, and I can call the paralegal and get her to testify, or you can summons her and she can be under oath. As far as the text messages and everything like that, that did not come from me.
5 separate times she's tried to get me for stalking and harassing in Florida. One time here in Indiana.
Of the matters in this case?
No, it's my mom and fiance.
Gabby Jacobson pretends to be stalked and harassed online here on TikTok so that she can get sympathy from people to send her money.
And
All while
they live
frauding the
separately.
government.
Do you still want to call them?
I do. Please.
Here comes her mama.
She calls
We'll
her
have to
mother.
rule on relevancy. I'm not sure what nobody
Here
testified
comes
to.
Mimi.
You want to call first?
My mother.
And her name?
Patty.
Patty what?
Patty Reiner.
Yeah, the judge is not having her shenanigans. Not at all. She's wasted so much court time with this shit.
You don't have
She's
to thank me, hell, I'm clearing my name.
You guys, she's like, well, if the court would, track IP
Not even
addresses.
fake tears, just fake noise.
If they would track IP addresses, and if I could do this, and if you could summons the paralegal, and you're supposed to do that leading up to the case. If you need to subpoena witnesses, or that's why you need a lawyer, especially if you're the one taking someone. She's the one who took them to court. They didn't take her to court. She took them to court. And this is not the first time. She's taken this lady that's talking and that got the recording. She's one of the women she took to court. She had taken her to court like 4 other times in Florida and 1 time in Indiana where she lives. And so she got a lawyer. I think her followers paid for him because he was like the best in the county. And because it was time to stop, like she's been doing this. And so they reported her to the attorney general. And I think that's one reason that the judge is also being very patient, is because even though they could have literally won this PPO or restraining order. I think it's a personal protection order. They could have won the PPO easily because she was representing herself. She had no proof. All they would have had to say is it was hearsay. They didn't even really have to cross-examine her, but they cross-examined her because they got her for perjury multiple times about this impersonation of a lawyer and all of this. Then she does not only bury herself, now she calls her mother up to the stand. She also called her husband up to the stand, and her mom gets up there and commits perjury as well in front of the attorney general. Now, I don't know if her mom and her family and her did not know that was the attorney general. I'm not sure, but maybe they just thought that was somebody's husband or another attorney or something sitting, because he was sitting behind the people she took to court. So I don't know if she thought that was their family or what, but yeah, she then calls her mother to get up there while she's crying, and none of the shit her mom says is relevant to the case. You have to remember, this is her trying to get a protection order against these women. Sorry, that's my dishwasher.
He ain't done tearing her ass up either. Just wait. Did you hear him laughing?
Come up here, please. All right. Could you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right.
I'm sure she's probably
You'll need
flipping
to speak
out.
loudly and into the microphone. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It was hard to have your name drugged, knowing you're innocent.
Are you Patty Reiner?
Yes, I am.
Are you my mother?
Yes, I am. Only by adoption. I am your grandmother.
It'll be up on YouTube.
Have you heard Natasha Brown speaking ill of me on live?
Yes.
Oh wait, thank you. They catch Mimi perjuring herself too.
Have you heard her threaten my safety on live?
Yes.
Have you heard her say that she is going to take pictures of me outside the courtroom?
Yes.
Yep, already lying.
Same thing with Mrs. Laura Hardy, Patty.
That one I can't say correctly, and I'll tell you because they go by those names. And I know Natasha's
Yes, it's the
screen
same.
name is what, I don't know what they call it. I'm not a TikTok person.
She's
Have
not
you
a
witnessed
TikTok
them
person.
on live streaming me and talked about my body parts?
Objection. This is facts, not an evidence. Best evidence rule. Hearsay upon hearsay.
All right.
And leading.
Patty, have you gotten threats?
Objection. Leading.
Well, I'm going to overrule this point.
Yes, I have. May I speak on that point?
Is it related to this case?
Hang on, I'll open boxes up here in just a little bit.
When they became involved, when Natasha, I only know them as Brownie and Waffles, and so I really didn't know their actual names. But then I found it out when this all took place. When I first began, when Gabby moved to Florida.
Who's Gabby?
Karma
Gabby
gets
is
everybody.
sitting there.
Okay. She's the petitioner?
Yes, Gabrielle.
Okay.
When she first came to Florida, Cameron was a baby. And at that time, Gabby was a vet tech, had a very good job, had a good home, had a place to bring Cam.
This is all irrelevant, by the way.
Had a good life. Like everything that some can use, and I'm out of line, but COVID changed a lot of social behavior.
I'm going to object. This is irrelevant.
Okay, I'll move on.
Okay.
I'll move on to what the question was.
Which is, I believe, were you threatened?
Yes.
Okay, Judge,
So
we're not here for that.
Okay, what was the question then?
She wanted to know if she was threatened. We're here for Gabriella Jacobson. We're not here for this. I don't even know who this person is. This is one of her actors on TikTok.
I don't know why she's crying. She wanted her truth out. She wanted to silence me.
Your Honor, I have no TikTok. Okay? I just want to say one thing.
Judge.
And I think that I feel like I should have that, being that these particular, Natasha especially, what she's done.
There's no proof that anybody done anything to Gabby.
Up until that point, I was awoken almost every single night up until 1 and 2 in the morning.
That's because your granddaughter's rage baiting on the internet.
And they were going to find my place of employment.
For the record, she stated under oath.
And when you say she,
Gabriella Jacobson stated that this witness that's coming up next has no direct knowledge, and now suddenly she's got all this knowledge. So, which is it? And she's
Mimi, that's perjury, babe.
Listed in any of
Whore of Babylon.
So it's beyond the scope, and she's already said that she has no direct knowledge.
Okay. So and I'll just explain that Natasha did dox my phone number online so that my number, not only my number, but my husband, who is mild dementia, was getting phone numbers.
I'm going to object. This is a narrative that's not relevant to...
Even though you see her name with her doing all this?
Okay. Evidence-wise, how do you know that it was Natasha
that did it?
Brown?
Because it's her call name. Your Honor, the calls were very hard. And I will tell you that I tried to find somebody, but they have AI is so good that they can manipulate numbers.
Now it's AI.
Every time I tried to call back, that number was blocked already, and then another number would appear, and another number.
Doesn't mean it was me or anybody else.
I have 14 grandchildren that are and they were calling me and saying, Nana, people are putting stuff out there.
She made noise like she was crying. There was never any tears.
I will say that I'm angry with the cause. I was threatened My job was threatened. I've been 8 years in place. My children were threatened, but more than anybody, Cameron.
I'm going to object, Judge.
I just don't know what
way
this
outside
has
the
to do with
That's what he just said.
That she is being cyberstalked, and her whole family is under the same thing. We're all being stalked.
Your Honor, that's why I put her name on the injunction. I put her name, I put my son's name, I put Aaron's
There's
name.
no proof of these allegations.
She's a grown adult. If she wants to file her own, she could do it if she wishes.
Right. Okay.
Obviously under penalties of perjury.
All right. Well,
If Mimi files, it would be penalty of perjury.
I'm going to object to all of her testimony. It's irrelevant. And
If Gabby refiles, it would be penalty of perjury. It's going back down to the court. Gab's, oh my gosh, guys.
Against either Laura Harding or Natasha Brown.
well, I guess I'm having problems with the evidentiary foundation has not been laid. You've indicated that you don't know the two respondents. You only know names Brownie and Waffles, I think you said.
Well, this, Natasha, this is her on her picture. This is what she sends.
Okay.
So just let the record reflect that the witness has given the middle finger to the court.
I have a picture of
Mimi
Natasha.
flipped the judge off. Oh my God, 4 million, you guys are
But
great.
because of the sophistication of the electronics, there's no showing here today that
Okay, so the people in the courtroom, the lady being on the stand is Gabby's grandmother, who she calls mom. And then the guy talking, the guy is the lawyer to the women that Gabby's trying to get a protection order against. So Gabby is representing herself. So Gabby is asking her mother questions, which her lawyer should have been the one asking. But it's Gabby because Gabby is representing herself. So you have, and then the judge, which the judge is female, but you haven't heard the judge say much. She's talking right now, and she's basically saying, like, none of this is, I mean, obviously the mom was just like rambling. She had no base, like, she gave no value to Gabby's case, except for the fact that she got, well, for Gabby's case with the attorney general, maybe, because she got up there and lied and they caught her. I mean, they could get her for perjury. She said she wasn't involved in TikTok. Then she said she was in TikTok, and then just, it's a shit show. But yeah, Gabby is representing herself. So, and the woman that was talking, Mimi is her grandmother, but she takes care of her, so she calls her mom. So I hope that helps. Lesson for others that think about doing this crap. Right. So yeah, she's just trying to get a protection order. But the reason that they're drawing it out and they're having her say all these things under oath is because they're building another case against her, which she obviously didn't know about. She screwed herself.
in fact Natasha Brown is the one posting this information.
Even though it's her face?
Did you hear what the judge ruled? There's no indication that it was us.
Your Honor, please.
Please, Judge,
No
just believe me,
evidentiary
Judge.
basis
You're welcome.
So what, okay.
Okay, I'm not here to explain evidence to you, so I'm going to sustain the objection.
Oh my God, 4 million, you guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Just, if Ms. Jacobson's done, I'll ask her if you on cross. I think she is done.
Go ahead.
Miss, what's your name again?
Reiner.
Reiner. You're one of Miss Jacobs' actresses on her TikTok live
No,
stream.
that's AI being done on me.
Okay. Oh, so somebody else is doing something.
Oh,
about
yeah.
you?
Me in the orange clothing, the prison garb with my face on it.
Yes, your daughter actually puts you on as you're like one of the extras that come on her show, right?
No, I don't even have a TikTok. I never watched it.
Right. And
She's never watched TikTok, but she just testified earlier she had firsthand knowledge and saw us do all there on TikTok. Oopsie.
And you go on TikTok with Miss Jacobson and you give everybody the middle finger, correct?
No, I've never given, I don't even swear.
Oh, you didn't call people all the names that...
No. Oh, what names? What now? I think I need to be told what names that have been said.
Okay, you called people a bitch on there, the C word.
Oh, I've never used the C word.
And so how much do you get paid to be one of her actresses?
Oh, my word.
How much do you get paid?
Oh, my word.
I am her mother. I've raised her.
Okay, and do you know about the letter with the law firm? And that's a real law firm?
Parts of it is.
Parts of it.
Oh, Mimi just said only parts of the law firm is real.
Ones that I know. I know the woman that she's been in contact with.
Okay, you know.
I know her. I know her only by name. I'm going to state that correctly. I know her only by name. I have not met her.
You know Victoria Quintero, the paralegal?
Her mother called me.
Her mother called you?
Yes.
And this is a real law firm, correct?
Her mother called me.
So now Mimi is getting involved with this law firm, and now she has stated under oath that this is a real law firm. And now the paralegal supervisor, her mother called her. So this paralegal supervisor who Gabby said, now if you listen to what Gabby said, she said the paralegal supervisor was a family friend for a long time, and then turned right around and said she's a family friend from a long time that found me on TikTok. And now this paralegal supervisor who found her on TikTok but is a family friend from a long time ago decided she was going to look into this and help her with this. And I guess her mother then reached out to Gabby's mother / grandmother. Like, the shit, you can't make this shit up. The lawyer probably like, excuse me, the mother.
Because
real law firm, correct?
Her mother called me because she recognized Gabrielle and Danielle as the people that used to go to a karaoke bar in Illinois.
Objection. My mom has not been in contact with Victoria or the law firm. It was between me and Victoria. The only thing is that Victoria's mother was the only one was reaching out to her.
She could stop the witness's cross, but...
Right.
She objected.
She's given sworn testimony, so we need to continue with her.
Yeah, I only know that her mother called me.
I don't know, but it
my
happened.
My number had been doxxed.
This is response exhibit 4. I'll ask you to look at that. Or 5.
I believe it's 4. Okay, 4.
I've asked you to mark number 4. I'll ask you to take that document. You recognize it?
Did you see? Yes, I recognize it.
How do you recognize it?
I don't know how you do that. Let me see how much longer we got.
No, I never.
Oh my gosh, we got a long time to go.
I'm not going to
You want
listen
to
to all
stretch
of
it
it,
out?
but his name's Columbo. Attorney Columbo.
Okay. You've been on there before, isn't that true?
The only time, sir, I am on TikTok is when they first moved down here, and we would go to the beach or we'd go to a restaurant that they had not been to, and it was fun. They all called me Mimi, and they would hold it up, and I thought it was innocent. I thought it was, I would wave hi everybody, but there was no obstruction of anything. Nobody was being mean or...
You're not her birth mother, correct?
Correct.
When did you adopt her?
I've had him since birth.
Okay, and then the twin?
But since birth.
The
I have 5 children I gave birth to.
Okay.
My daughter that gave birth to these twins had a stroke.
And so all this TikTok stuff, you take no part of this?
No, because I don't like it.
Okay. Because your daughter does it for money, correct?
That is her choice. She is a grown woman.
Okay, she does it for money, correct?
She's a grown woman. So does all TikTokers.
Does your daughter, Gabrielle Jacobson...
I don't know. I don't see the money, and I don't know about the money. I told you, it is not my concern. She's 30-some years old. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, may she sit down? All right, and did you want to call your other witness?
My fiance.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And his
Nope, here goes
Aaron
the...
Bradley.
Real.
Okay, now she calls her
trying to say
fiance,
this is where she
her
gets the
husband
lion
or whatever
from.
he is. But yeah, right here it says Attorney Colombo moves to strike witness.
Earlier, they had no direct knowledge, so I just want that noted for the record.
The last witness or this witness?
Both of them. She said had no direct knowledge.
All right. All right, sir.
So you're going to let them testify, but all of their testimony has been stricken from record.
All right, could you come up here?
Because Gabby, again, opened her mouth and said earlier in the court proceedings that her fiance and her mother had no knowledge of anything. Now she's trying to pull them as a witness so they can get up there and testify, but it's not even going to be on the record or whatever. Like, it doesn't count, basically, because she said that in court.
I'll take your motion under advisement.
How you doing? My name's Aaron Bradley.
All right.
Aaron, have you seen Natasha Brown and Laura Harding cyber stalking me and talking about me while I'm on a live stream?
Objection, compound, and leading.
All right. Sustained. You need to break it down.
Hey, sorry. Aaron, have you witnessed
Thank you.
of Natasha Brown doxing my phone number and address on a live stream?
Objection, compound, and leading.
Objection, is that within my injunction of doxing my address?
I don't even know what a doxing is.
It means that she posted my address and phone number to thousands of people.
All right. You're going to have to lay a predicate that would establish that he has direct knowledge that...
Well, they felt a little bad for her, so they were giving her every opportunity as long as she followed.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, what I'm hearing is that there's post, but I also know with electronics, just because it appears that person is actually doing the post. So...
Did you hear what the judge told her? Just because it appears that somebody's doing it doesn't mean that that's that person doing the post. The judge is done with her shit.
He would have to establish that he knows for sure.
Oh my God, 5 minutes. You guys are...
Who is doing the
Thank you guys.
So is Natasha Brown the one that doxed my address?
Objection calls for facts, not in evidence, and speculation. He has never met my client.
Okay. Okay, you're going to have to lay a foundation as to how he would know that.
Little TikTok. Believe me, TikTok. I'm going to cry and you can believe me.
Not just...
Move to strike.
All right.
I have a picture of Natasha Brown on her account. I also have a live stream of her account, Brownie, of her actually, her picture, her face, her voice. It's her.
It's her.
I promise.
I promise.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Thank you.
She's so upset she can't get the right question
Aaron,
out, but
have
she
you
keeps
witnessed
leading him.
Natasha talking about my mother and about me.
Leading.
Okay. That's a question. Have you observed? Yes or no?
Yes.
And how do you know that it's Natasha?
Because if she were to talk right now, I'd be able to identify the voice.
Well, see, Gabby just said it was a bad judge, but this judge took over questioning poor little lying twat waffle. Not weird, but she's a bad judge. Didn't give her any chance. She can turn the recording over to whoever she likes. This is not anything to do with what she's saying. Oh well, is she mad about it? Just because they're gifting me, it still doesn't make anything I'm doing here illegal.
Okay,
it's a random voice that he's heard.
Okay.
This is...
Okay. I'm going to sustain the objection. And do you have any questions or...
I have one.
All right.
Aaron, have you seen a picture on TikTok of her username to identify if that is her?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ooh, she thought she proved something.
Just briefly, Judge.
Okay.
How much money do you and Gabrielle Jacobson make on TikTok exploiting people?
Exploiting people? We don't exploit anybody.
You and Gabrielle create live stream.
I just want to say something. That use of the word exploiting people on TikTok, he used that on purpose. Remember, Attorney General's behind us.
Correct?
Oh my God.
She does, I don't.
And she puts your
Gabby
address
exploits
out there
people.
for people to see so they could send gifts, right?
Not on TikTok.
She puts it on other social media platforms.
No, people ask her, private message her about her address.
So she's communicated with random people online so they could send gifts to your house, correct?
Well, we've also made wish lists on Amazon where that address is private.
Okay, so she has actually made contact with unknown people on TikTok to get them to send things to your address, correct?
Can you rephrase that?
Okay. She has made contact with random strangers on TikTok as part of her live stream, correct?
Yeah, but doesn't everybody do that?
No, I have a real job, but I'll end.
So do I. But
So how much money does she make per person? Is it $2.99,
Drop the mic.
$5.99 per month for her subscription?
honestly, I don't know.
Well, you're married to her, right?
Okay.
So you know how much money is coming in from her TikTok business.
She doesn't know how much money is coming in from my regular job.
You're sitting here under oath and you don't know how much money she makes off of TikTok posting.
It's different every week.
How much is it on a given week?
Maybe $100, if that.
$100 per week? That's what you're
Oh my
saying
God,
here
guys,
under
thank
oath.
you.
Yeah. You know what, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you to do a continuance for this? Because I feel like this is unfair and she needs to get a lawyer.
Okay. You're not the litigant, and so you don't have standing to make that request. But do you have any further questions?
Do you know that she's exploited your son on TikTok for money?
Your Honor, is it okay if I say I don't want any further questions?
You want to take the fifth? You want to? Do you the law firm letter?
Yeah, and it's a real letter.
Oh, really? That's a real letter? Did you speak to the lawyer?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Can I approach the witness? This is respondents 1 and respondents 2. I can show you respondents 1 and respondents 2.
Now, the judge will address them both requesting an attorney. They filed this in October of 2024. This hearing was on January 28th of this year. If she needed an attorney, she had plenty of time to hire an attorney. But you know why she didn't? Because she had no evidence and nobody would take her fucking case.
Yep, now they have him. Listen to her crying. Now they have him saying it's real. Like, what is going on? And he does have a job. Her husband does work. I didn't realize.
Gabby claims her content is mom content. No, Gabby's content is her slandering and pretending to be cyber stalked and harassed on this app for the last however long she's been on here. Nobody is stalking and harass her. Has she pissed people off where they've left her mean DMs or whatever? Probably. Have they ever been me? Fuck no. But Gabby's content is to lie and rage bait about other creators. Being a
They were emailed to her.
Which lawyer at Steinfeld Francis Law Office did you speak to?
Well, I do know that she was talking to Victoria, who represents them.
You just stated under oath you spoke to a lawyer at that firm. Which lawyer at that firm did you speak to?
Judge.
And the reason he is dissecting everything is because the Attorney General has got her ass under investigation for multiple forms of fraud, not just practicing law without an attorney or without a license, but that takes time. So when she sits there and say, wouldn't I be arrested by now? Nah, she should ask Slot how long that took for fraud investigation.
So her husband or fiance or whatever said he talked to an attorney at the law firm. And then whenever the lawyer asked again, he's like, well, Victoria, but you just said you talked to a lawyer there. So like he's getting himself wrapped up in this shit and he shouldn't be because he does have a job. He has like a delivery guy job. Like he delivers packages or whatever. So he should have just stayed the hell out of it.
Event that you would incriminate yourself.
What does that mean?
Well,
I just don't want to answer any questions. I'd rather get.
You could hear Gabby go, ugh. Like she's so embarrassed of him or something. Like, you don't think he feels that way about you going to court thinking, because you know they had her hyped up thinking she didn't need a lawyer and she was hyped up for this and it went terribly wrong. Like she said, he made her look pathetic.
Ass up into something.
I just don't want to answer any questions.
Oh, sorry.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
The event that you would incriminate yourself.
What does that mean?
Well,
I just don't want to answer any questions. I'd rather get a lawyer. Because how is this fair that you are here from...
How is it fair that you and Gabby get to lie and threaten multiple this little skit?
And she has no lawyer.
How is it fair that they're there and they get a lawyer and Gabby has no lawyer? Because she chose when she wrote the paperwork, because she's been doing this. This is the 5th court thing in Florida. And then she did it in Ohio and Illinois. I mean, not Ohio, Indiana and Illinois. The reason is because when she filled out that paperwork, it asked you, are you going to have a lawyer represent you? Or are you representing yourself? And she chose represent yourself. She chose that. That's not fair. You better get on your wife or your fiance for that.
She chose to do this little skit.
Ms. Jacobson created that letter?
No.
And you're under oath. Which lawyer did you speak to regarding...
Objection. Objection.
Okay, what is the objection? Just stay the ground.
So no one has talked, well, okay.
Well, no, you can't give testimony.
I haven't talked to anybody from the law firm.
Testified, you talked to a lawyer. Did you talk to a lawyer from that firm?
Yep, he is just as guilty.
That's what I was under circumstances.
Who was the lawyer you spoke to?
I said I thought Victoria was the lawyer.
He thought Vicky was the lawyer. Oopsie.
Yeah.
And you thought she was the lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a real law firm?
From what I understood, yes.
How do you understand?
That's what I've been told.
Okay. And you've seen that law firm?
No, how would I have seen it?
Did you go to the law firm?
No.
And the only person that told you that was a real law firm is Jeff.
They will be charged.
Right?
No.
Who else told you that's a real law firm?
Other people?
Who?
Victoria, Jen.
Victoria Quintero, the name of the person law firm?
Yeah.
And you spoke to Victoria Quintero?
Yeah.
And when did you speak to her?
I've spoken to her quite a few times.
On what phone?
On my own phone.
What's your phone?
I'm not giving that out in court.
Okay. You claim that you spoke to Victoria Quintero on your phone regarding the legal situation here.
Yes.
And she is, you justified on her own, she's a paralegal that you spoke to at that law firm.
I'm just going off of what I have been told by her and Gabriella.
Did you speak to Victoria Quintero about the legal advice that's in that law firm?
In the piece of paper?
Yeah, the cease and desist letter. You talked about that.
I just knew that she emailed it to Gabby and then told her to print it out and send it to them.
Did you talk to Victoria Quintero about that, about this?
No.
Cease and desist.
Not the letter, no.
What did you talk to Victoria Quintero about?
They're building an investigation. See, when an investigation is simple, it could take up 5 to 6 months, right? We're right about that time frame now. But the more complex a case that the Attorney General is looking into, meaning multiple people crossing multiple state lines. That takes more time. So, not had quite enough time to go through everything, and plus she continues to fake documents on a daily basis.
She's just getting herself deeper and deeper.
To that.
But, yes.
She's a scammer. She got the right one this time, though.
Things need to be done because seeing her the way she is, that something needs to be done about this.
Keep her ass offline. Make her stop lying on people.
Write up a cease and desist letter and then email it to her, and then she would send it out.
So you talked to Victoria Quintero specifically about the cease and desist letter that you just saw earlier?
Yes.
And she said she was going to write it up and send it to your wife?
Yes.
Okay.
To send it out, yes.
All right. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. You can sit down. Okay. At this juncture, there's no additional witnesses for the petitioner, so we consider that your case is rested. Counsel, how do you wish to proceed?
I would like to do a continuous so I could get a lawyer.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
That motion is untimely and it's denied.
Okay.
Denied her motion
Oh,
for
shit.
a turn. She wanted a lawyer.
For certain purposes. But it's been pending since October.
May I inquire briefly, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ms. Brown, Ms. Harding, I'm going to show you a disc that you saw yesterday in the office. Do you recall that disc?
Yes.
The thumb drive?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what that thumb drive contains?
Recordings of
Really?
her that she
Yeah,
has put on
Megan.
the internet, TikTok specifically. Objection. Objection. I have videos as well that I would like to show as well.
She gets really mad that we get to present our evidence about her, and she didn't get to present. Yeah.
Foundation.
Courtrooms have procedure, babe.
Gabriella Jacobson post
Thank you.
videos
Yes,
of
Jan.
herself for profit.
Yes.
And has she been posting these videos for profit where she creates fake claims and fake drama?
Yes.
Okay, and that goes for both Laura Harding as Natasha Brown.
Yes.
Have you seen the same person that's sitting in this courtroom, Gabrielle Jacobson, post these videos online regarding fake threats that were made to her?
Yes.
As well as creating fake drama for profit?
Yes. Objection, hearsay.
Okay.
Thank you, Rex.
Counsel, within your questioning is fake drama, so I don't know if that's a conclusion. Yes, I think.
Have you seen videos in here, the videos that we have here that were marked for evidence for today?
Thank you,
do they relate to are they Gabriella Jacobson online posting on TikTok?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And you've seen her post videos online on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay. And is it the same person that is in this courtroom that filed this injunction? That's the same person that are contained in these videos?
Yes.
Is she the same person that's talking in these videos?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time I'd ask to mark this thumb drive as Defense Exhibit 5.
All right.
This is what she was supposed to
It
do.
is not,
Are you saying this is not you?
no, what I'm saying is that this is what Brownie has done,
They get to show their
Natasha
stuff.
Brown has done to me and Laura. It's not vice versa. They're not the ones that are getting order protection. I am. So I would like to, I don't want this to happen. It's not about them. It's about me. And so I have proof of Natasha speaking and
Your Honor, I'm a freaking narcissist. It's all about me.
Yes.
Judge, it's all about me. Me. Okay, Jan, shut up.
pictures of me. It's all recorded in the last couple of days. And she goes, I am taking you down.
All right, counsel, how do you want to respond?
Your Honor, her objection is nonsensical. I've laid the foundation for these videos to come in. They've authenticated the videos. They've watched them. They are true and accurate videos of what she's posted online about.
Judge didn't see the clam slam, I think.
Business, as well as about
And again, it's irrelevant to this case.
They showed the clam slam in court. That's crazy.
her getting online and saying that she's not scared and that she doesn't know who's...
Objection, hearsay. I never mentioned any names.
Okay.
And she's already denied this, so this is also collateral evidence.
Okay. As I'm seeing the distinction here is what the respondent is attempting to introduce is videos of you posting online. You're not disputing that is you, and so the foundation is you posted that and it's out there for everyone to see. The reverse is you're saying that you have videos of Miss Harding, but I believe through the questioning they're denying that they're doing this, and there's no proof that what you're seeing is actually posted by the respondent.
It is true, Your Honor.
Okay.
See, we denied making any threats. She's saying, oh, yes, they did. But she has no proof. She doesn't understand that.
It is true.
At this time, I'd ask to move
very much so.
Exhibit 5 into evidence, and I'd offer it as to...
So he's like, let me just get into this.
All right.
Over an hour.
Then can I show evidence as well, too? Please.
Ma'am, again, the foundation is, and I believe...
See, she didn't have any of this prepared to where she was even allowed, even though she had a thumb drive, she had not introduced it to evidence or, because both sides have to be able to see everything. I mean, it has to be introduced beforehand. So she brought this like big folder of stuff and a thumb drive, but she couldn't present any of it. And so she was very frustrated with it.
I think you've argued this, counsel.
We have.
Could you explain again your argument as to why her documents should not come into evidence?
Those documents were not properly authenticated. They were all hearsay. She can't say who created them, when they were created them, and on top of that, they're outside the scope of the injunction. These videos go to, this goes to motive and bias. It goes to the actual injunction. It's what she posted during the pendency of this injunction regarding what she used.
All right, so let's go to the video that they put in.
And if I can't show, I have evidence and proof that this is Natasha.
You have to follow procedure, Gabby.
I'm the one that they are threatening me. I have never once threatened Natasha. I've never once have done anything to her like they have done to me.
Okay. All right.
The judge has all the videos of her pointing her little pointer finger at the thing and telling him she wants him in the ring and that we should pull up. Judge has already seen that shit, but here we go.
Someone just threatened me that they want me dead. Will I have the police coming? Are you scared? No, I'm not scared. Someone just threatened me that I did.
Okay. And in this video, Ms. Brown, there are people that look like they're writing in. You know what that is all about?
That is her comment section. Those are people that send her gifts, send her money.
And as part of her, if you pay money to her,
thank you guys.
You're allowed to write into her video, which we just saw.
Yes.
So she was on live saying she was not scared and that she basically everything that she said in those documents that she put in court saying how scared for her life she was and all these things, she's on live saying the opposite. So that's what they're showing.
So she profits from somebody.
Can I object?
I can't go back.
Does she profit from posting a video about someone threatening her and then saying she's not scared and the people writing? Is this something that you are aware of that she profits from?
Yes.
Oh my God, thank you guys.
Someone just threatened me that they want me dead. Will I have the
Oh my God, thank you. They're playing the video of where she is claiming someone threatened her and she's in the box with Plaka. And she tells Plaka she's not scared.
Someone just threatened me that I did. Go to the next video, which is labeled video 1.
I sure did. What did they say? They just said they handed my attorney and take it to the judge.
She's claiming to have an attorney and she's taking it to the judge.
Right? So recording, I'm done. I am done.
She's her, you can't really hear it, but she's her worst enemy. Like, she basically, I mean, of course, obviously she lost. I mean, it's clear by all of this. Yeah, she never, well, she had like 140 some pages in her injunction. And she never did a lot of things she was supposed to do. The proof of the threats, she has all of it, Becky. What she did was she brought a thumb drive with a bunch of screen recordings and a folder with a bunch of stuff printed out from like different phone numbers, like text that from different phone numbers, all these things. But she had not authenticated that any of those numbers matched the people she was taking to court. Like, she didn't authenticate the screen recording. She didn't authenticate the phone numbers or even show where it would even lead back to these people or anything. Not only that, she had filed this in late October, and she was trying to bring into court what had been going on for like the last couple days and things that had been going on since she filed. And the judge is like, you would have had to have added like an amended injunction. Like, you would have had to add that in. You can't just come to court and be like, oh yeah, since I filed, here's all a bunch of shit they did. She probably doesn't get threats, but she has no idea she probably does get threats, but doesn't know who they're from. She rage baits, so it's to be expected. Right. But she's trying to make it seem like these two women, same kind of thing they do with me. Basically, if it's not them, it's one of their people in their comments. Like, like she said, they're the ringleader. And, basically she's trying to say, if it's not them doing it, it's because of their lives or because of their opinions, or it's somebody in their, like, just making it about them. And she has no proof it's them doing it. Like they said, they'd never called her, text her, or anything. She never did say how much money she made. So they asked her how much money she made from TikTok. She never said. And then he asked her, how much did you make from the video? And this is the crazy part, because they were like, how much money did you make from the video where you called your son a serial killer? And she's like, oh, I'd have to look. And then they're like, well, how much money did you make from the videos where you say you were threatened by these women? I'd have to add that up. Like, some of the stuff, I'm like, why would you even say that? Why would you, like, I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, it goes on. And so basically then that it becomes like, the defense's part of it, which there's not much left. But it becomes the defense's part. Can't really hear the videos, but basically the videos, like I said, are all her saying she's not scared.
Social media is for 18 years and up, and I have it on my TikTok account.
Okay, hold on.
See that video? Yes. Please, can I see that video?
Okay, hold on. Let me see what video she's upset about.
Oh my God, thank you. They're playing the video of where she is claiming someone threatened her and she's in the box with Plaka.
You read the report? I sure did. What did they say? They just said they should hand it to my attorney and
Okay, that's what she said, attorney and judge.
Thank you, mods.
Ms. Brown has had a video she also posted online regarding hundreds of people saying things about her allegedly, and she has no idea.
That sound is my CD.
And Ms. Hardy, you've seen that video as well. Ms. Jacobson posted that online.
Yes. Yes.
I'll show you now. It's more video too.
Thank you. Straight to the judge.
The audience how to become in one of her videos.
Yes.
Okay, so kids watch this.
Yes.
Can I object to this? This is irrelevant, and that's not the truth. That's disgusting, Your Honor. Please, that's not what happened.
It's her clam slamming what she's calling disgusting.
One of her videos says the gangster Gabby.
Yes.
Do you recall seeing that?
Yes.
Can I see that video?
Yes.
Please, can I see that video? I need to see it.
No, it's going to be shown, and it's going to be entered into. I know he's a great one.
And then, and then there's one that's called Bipolar Gabby. Is that one that she posted? And then is that one where her and her twin sister are giving the middle finger to everyone?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. What they have done to me has been significantly...
This evidence goes to motive, bias, impeachment.
Yes.
So it's all relevant.
And then the one where the clam slam.
My next claim is what Natasha has called it first.
It's a high kick into a split, but no.
She calls the clam slam.
Your Honor, this is bringing bad memories. Can we just move on to... It's making me, I'm sorry, I just can't listen to it anymore.
Well, this is stuff that you posted.
Yes, but it's not what he's making it to seem like. No, I don't. It's called a high kick into a split. It's just entertaining.
It's just entertaining.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting, Gabby, but it's your content.
Yes.
Social media is for 18 years and up, and I have it on my TikTok account for 18 years and up. That is disgusting for you to say that I would do that.
But you did do that. You did do that, Gabby. You're disgusting, right?
She claimed to be pregnant at one point, but wasn't pregnant. Has she had sex with her boyfriend, her husband online?
Objection! Objection!
Do you have that video, sir?
I don't want to show that.
Okay, all right.
The judge wanted to see the sex online where she had sex with Aaron.
Video number 2. I'm going to move to video number 3. Video number 3.
Objection, this is irrelevant to this case. This is irrelevant to this case.
Okay, I don't know what it is yet. Counsel, what does this video show?
This is Miss Jacobson threatening her people online, saying "game on, bitch."
Didn't she say she didn't
That
just
was not
threaten
towards the defendant. Objection, irrelevant. I never said names. I've never mentioned any names. So objection, irrelevant. I did not mention any names.
Okay. But what these videos are showing is that you're stating you don't know who's doing this threatening. You're done, but then you're coming into court today and saying that you know it's these two people, but there's no evidence to show that it's these two people.
When I was on live, I didn't want to call the names out, so I kept it to myself.
Judge is full.
Because when I had this
Judge is mad
letter,
now.
The C&D letter.
Okay.
I couldn't talk to them.
We need to wrap up. You keep saying the same thing, but it's not a legal objection.
Okay.
So this is video 3 for the purpose of the recording today.
Okay. What's number 4?
The one I just showed is one where she says "game on, bitch," and she threatened her.
Yeah, the judge is hangry.
I'm done.
Okay, where she went from "game on, bitch," laughing to crying, and that was on her TikTok video number. Video number 4 is with her twin sister. And Miss Brown, Miss Hardy, is that on the left? Is that Miss Jacobson?
Yes.
From what you've seen of her on TikTok?
Yes.
Is that her twin sister on the right?
Yes.
And so I can speed it up for the court. Is this now getting into some verbal altercation for the audience?
Objection, conflicts of interest. That's my sister, and this has nothing to do with that case. This case, so please.
Okay.
Because this is my sister, and this conflict of interest has nothing to do with this case, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay.
Please.
Okay, it's overruled. Go ahead, counsel. Next.
It's almost done. She's got a minute 50 left.
Thank you, guys. Don't need to do that. Thank you. I just want the truth out there. The real truth.
Okay, hold on.
Where she's threatening and stuff.
Oh, this is a so this is a video where she's actually threatening with her sister, I guess.
Objection. Objection.
Here we go with another one.
Objection to this. The reason why that video is being played is because with TikTok and the 2 chats, they have torn me and my sister apart with lies.
This is not an objection.
This is irrelevant. It's reasons.
So it's recent. Thank you all very much. Also, you can hear it, but I appreciate everything.
Yes.
Same question for you, sorry.
Doing what everybody should. You should always clear your name.
Video number 5.
Here we go.
Here's the.
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. He's a minor. Please.
So this was the video where she's talking about her son and she calls him a serial killer.
Ma'am, you're posting this all over social media.
You're right, I have. On a private account.
I'm telling you guys, I'm a little concerned.
She just straight up lied. She just straight up lied because she's like, please, he's a minor. And the judge is like, lady, like you're posting this all over social media. So what? And she's like, oh, on a private account. Bullshit, Gabby, that you posted that on a private account. You're full of it.
Now, the comments that are in there, those
Thank
people
you.
are paying money.
Yes.
And that's for telling people that he's bipolar.
Yes.
When he grows up and worry about the kids being so mean to him because he's different. He's just so aggressive and he just goes absolutely.
Objection, that's not towards my son. Nope, that's not. Objection, that's not going towards. I remember this video.
Okay.
Objection, that was. No, those videos are. No, I need to see them, please. Because I remember those videos. Those are not what I've said, so please.
And then Ms. Jacobson posted this video on
Your Honor, can I see the video, please?
possibly a serial killer.
Because that is not. I need.
Her the video.
I
She's
need to
saying
see
she's
that.
Talking about her son, but then we need to finish up.
Yes, sir.
Y'all heard the judge gave her every opportunity,
That's crazy.
coddled her throughout the whole thing. But once she started seeing Gabrielle, the real Gabrielle, the liar, she'd had enough.
Listen, I'm going to do whatever I can to help him.
Okay, pause it.
But I need something fast
Can
because
I finish putting in my evidence?
Go ahead.
I'm a little concerned. It sounds like he's bipolar.
The video was 100% about her son. She's lying. Like, she's straight up just lying.
He's probably going to get to go to a psychiatrist when he grows up and worry about the kids being so mean to him because he's different. He's just so aggressive.
So I don't know if you could hear that, but she just said in the video, she says, I'm just so worried about it and kids being mean to him because he's different. Like, who the hell are you talking about if you're not talking about your kid? Like, come on now.
Absolutely. You know, here's what's going through my mind. And I'm trying not to think about it. But I'm thinking like a serial killer. Is it wrong for thinking that? That's a bad thing for a mom to say to her kid.
So when she's talking about her kid being a serial killer, did you see how many people were commenting?
Yes.
And that you were seeing this live?
Yes.
Okay, how much money does someone like this with all the people that are following?
Tens of thousands.
Oh, thank you guys.
Is she making by streaming this?
Thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Thousands. You can check TikTok. Yeah, there's websites you can go to see how much she makes from that.
Okay, Ms. Brown, you can see how much money she makes on TikTok?
Yes.
Is it your testimony is tens of thousands?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. Harding, is it your testimony?
Yep.
You're making tens of thousands?
Yes, sir, it is.
Let me show you the last one, video number 6.
Wow.
Where she's
I think I showed the video of the serial killer before.
vagina online. Is that something she posts online to make money as well?
Yes, it is.
Is that something
Yeah, she's made that much.
children could see?
Yes, it is.
And is that her video number 6?
Yes.
Working with a vagina?
Yes.
And that's something her followers could watch as well?
Yes.
As well as open to the public for kids or anybody else who wants.
Objection, it's not for kids. It's 18 years and older.
That's all I have.
That was wrong for kids. But no.
That's not true. Is 13. Kids can get on TikTok at
How
13.
old was
now.
Anthony and Emily, Gabby, when they were there? Barely 18?
Now, Your Honor, can I show you my evidence?
Okay.
No, ma'am, your turn is over.
He's in his case and sheet.
I'm almost done, Judge.
All right.
Last couple quick. Ms. Brown, I'm going to ask this in a row if I could. Ms. Brown, you first. Where do you live?
Ohio.
Have you ever met Gabrielle Jacobson in person?
No, I have not.
Do you have any relationship with her?
No, I do not.
Did you ever send her a text message?
No, I
Did
have
you ever
not.
send her anything on Facebook?
No, I have not.
Did you ever call her on the phone?
No, I have
Did you ever
not.
FaceTime with her?
No, I have not.
Did you ever send her any message on social media?
No, I have not.
What do you know about her from watching her on social media?
That she performs for money.
Ms. Harding, I'm going to ask you some questions now. Where do you live?
Indiana.
And have you ever met this person, Gabrielle Jacobson, in person?
No, sir, I have not.
Do you have any relationship with her?
No, sir, I do not.
Did you ever send her a text message?
No, sir, I have not. We're almost
Did you ever
done.
send her a Facebook message?
No, sir, I have not.
Did you ever call her on the phone?
No, sir, I have
Did you
not.
ever FaceTime with her?
No, sir, I have not.
Did you ever send her any message directly on social media?
No, sir, I have not ever sent her anything.
And she filed a similar stalking injunction against you in what state?
Indiana, Monroe County.
And were you there when that hearing took place in front of a judge?
Yes, I was.
Okay, what happened in that case?
She had no evidence to all the accusations, and it was denied.
Was it the same type of
Yes,
evidence
sir. It was pretty much the exact same evidence.
everything that you heard here, was it the same thing that she brought in Indiana?
Yes, sir.
And it was, when you were there, it was denied as well?
Denied.
I was a witness for her account as well.
I have nothing further.
Okay, do you want to question either of these two witnesses as to what they've testified to? They've kept it within, you have to say within the scope of their testimony.
Natasha, have you ever talked about me on a live stream?
Objection, Your Honor, the relevance.
Overruled, but you need to make your question more specific.
All right,
Because
Laura.
obviously I would assume she's talked to her attorney, so.
Correct. Laura Harding, have you ever went on live and spoke about Cameron and called I'm sorry, let me phrase that. Laura Harding, do you remember the time that you went on live and you said, or you stated that you were going to stomp me in a mud puddle?
Objection.
No, I do not.
Okay. Natasha Brown, do you remember a couple days ago threatening that you were to take pictures outside of the courtroom, and then you have to get you were going to go in the courtroom first, and then if I walk past you, that I would that you can see if I could smell like tuna and corn chips?
No.
Okay, I have it on recording. Natasha Brown, do you remember when that you were talking about my undergarments?
She's really mad right now.
That you called me a twat waffle and a cunt.
Objection, Your Honor, compound beyond the scope.
Okay, well, can you answer the question?
No. Okay, I have it on recording. And Laura Harding, have you ever posted pictures of my son on a social media or Discord?
No, I have not.
Okay, I have proof of that, Your Honor. Natasha Brown, have you ever remember live streaming me and telling everyone that I'm the worthless piece of shit on earth and I'm going to pay for what I'm going to do?
No.
Okay, I have it on recording. Hey, Natasha, do you remember when you were on live a couple days ago when you said, what was the goal into the community? To take the twins down and shut them up. Do you remember that, Natasha Brown?
No, I don't.
I have it on recording. Natasha Brown, do you recall a picture of you with your middle finger above your nose, stating that I just got off the phone with the attorney. You're going down.
No.
I have that on recording. Ever spoke about Cameron's IEP?
Objection, Judge, this is beyond the scope.
I have it on evidence.
Cameron is, I don't even know who Cameron is.
That's my son.
Okay, and it's beyond the scope of the injunction. Cameron's not mentioned in here.
Okay. She can answer the question. I mean, your client's made a denial.
Yeah.
Go ahead, answer the question.
What was the question?
What was the question?
The question, Laura Harding, the question was, have you ever posted a picture of his IEP paperwork and spoke about his IEP and made a joke out of it?
No, I have not. Never made a joke out of it.
Have you ever went on a live stream, talked about that my son was not autistic, stating
Every word in this sentence is important, by the way.
that you have no evidence of that?
No.
I have it on. Natasha and Laura, how long have you been watching me on TikTok for?
Around a year.
Laura and Natasha, how long, do you know me in person or is it just social media?
Social media.
So tell me this, how do you know my real life? How do you know what things I say and what I actually do? Everything is on social media. It's just what you see. But can you tell me why you go on live and spread false rumors on live about me when you have no evidence, no facts? Natasha, have you ever stated...
Let me answer the question.
Oh, sorry.
I don't understand the question. She has several in that statement.
My objection is compound.
Natasha, do you recall when you were trying to leave here for the airport and you stated on a live stream and you said there's no way in hell I'm going to let Gabby win?
No.
I have it on recording. Natasha Brown, have you spoke about my private parts and my body parts?
I have it on recording.
No.
I have that on recording as well.
Right,
Laura
screenshot.
Hardy, do you remember when you stated on Discord that you said, would anyone feel bad if she was hit by a bus? I was asking for a friend.
No, I do not.
I have that screenshot and a proof that it's her.
I'm going to object to her commentary after the fact.
Yes.
It's
I've already
improper.
One more question.
It's completely improper.
One more question. Laura Hardy, do you remember a video?
I move to strike her comments after the question, after the answer.
That would be granted.
Thank you.
Okay, last question you said.
Laura Harding, do you remember that you stated online that you were going to record me with in here and on outside of the TikTok? I'm sorry, outside of the courtroom.
No, I do not.
I have it on recording.
Comments
be stricken. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think we need to go to closing.
Yes.
Closing.
Counsel,
Like,
you have a
let's get
motion.
I have a motion to dismiss, Judge. There's been insufficient facts. There's no evidence in the record whatsoever
Amen.
that Ms. Brown and Ms. Harding wrote anything about her, said anything about her. They don't even know her. And she's admitted herself she doesn't even know that. So there's no imminent fear of anything. They live in Ohio and in Indiana, and she dragged these people down here
Dismiss.
with a fake injunction.
Granted.
So I have a motion to dismiss, and I have another motion after that, but there's no
My
evidence
attorney fees
to suggest
granted.
either of my clients had done anything. The temporary had previously been not granted by this court, and she
Even got her attorney fees granted.
has not presented anything new that should sway this court to grant any type of relief to her. This has been nothing more than a frivolous injunction for her own monetary gain.
All right. Then I'm going to grant the motion to dismiss.
And I have a motion for attorney's fees, Judge. Under 57.105, I'd ask for sanctions. I understand the court has to make certain findings. I could file
Granted it.
regarding that if the court wishes due to the late hour. But I am going to ask under 57.105 because she's filed frivolous injunctions in this courthouse. She's got another one pending. She's got 5 in this courthouse that she's filed. These are the first 2. There's another one coming up in April, and there's 2 that I can't see because they're confidential because she's trying to have these people served in another state. This is an abuse of the system. She is doing this for monetary gain, and I'm going to ask the court for attorney's fees. If I could leave the court time to just file the motion and argue it, the court can schedule a hearing date for that.
Okay. Your Honor, one more thing. I understand what I submitted in the injunction, but I was also told by the DV court that I have more evidence and videos that I could be able to prove that it was Natasha and to prove what she is doing and what she's threatening. Everything that he is saying is not true. I have everything right here to prove that this is her.
Okay. All right. Then, so the court would, grant your motion for 57-105, but if you could file a written motion and it's
You see the judge says right there that she's going to allow his motion for the attorney
Yep.
fees right in front of Gabby.
Right, Tiffany.
But he's got to write it so it can go in the paperwork.
schedule it for hearing, so
I
the
love
amount
you
can be
too.
determined.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the amount will be
Your motion, if you
determined.
could again outline your, the basis.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And can I have an address to send it to Ms. Jacobson? Because she's pro se, I have to CC her on it.
Do we have an email with her?
Uh-huh.
Now, Gabby showed her ass so bad at the end here that the judge wanted to make sure that we left that courtroom with the order in hand because of her. They wanted to make sure that she was completely out of the courtroom before we left the courtroom because they were afraid of what Gabby and Aaron would do to me and Brownie leaving the courtroom. And,
Yes, lady, yes.
I don't have that part on recording, but the reason
they are, Becky,
those pictures were taken outside the courtroom is because Danny and Momo had showed up to take those pictures, and that's why Gabby was crying her. You see,
Email with the clerk.
May I approach?
my attorney fees were granted. There's the minutes.
Or I could, if the clerk could write it down for me. I could,
yeah, whole other circus.
I just didn't see it on here. Phone number.
Yet to find out exactly how much, but she owes me.
Yeah, she has to pay her.
But I'm sure the more she keeps filing paperwork on me down there in Lee County, they're just going to keep racking up those sanctions on her dumbass.
Yep.
Just gonna use the address.
So, y'all heard it here. I'm going to.
Well, there you go. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So yeah, so they were dismissed. So all of this started because she's been trying to take them to court. This was the 5th court case that she's trying to get a restraining order / PPO against this woman. And it's not just one woman. It's two. The two were in the courtroom. The one we heard, that was 2 women. Then she just had one in April, and there's 2 more that he said were sealed. Also, she tried to get this same thing done to the woman in her home state in Indiana. So one woman was from Ohio, one woman was from Ohio and Indiana. They had to travel to Florida. She's also put injunctions in Indiana, Illinois, and now Florida. So that's why the attorney general was there. Oh, that's all right, simple. That's why the attorney general was there, and they're literally racking up a case against her. And yeah, she fucked around and found out, and she's trying to use this stuff. She's trying to do this to get people silenced. But just like they said in court, they've never contacted her, never messaged her, never done any of that. There's no proof that they have. And she had her injunction was 143 pages. But yet she didn't do what she was supposed to do, so she couldn't even show anything. I have that recorded. Well, that doesn't matter. All right, here's the clam slam, y'all. For those that wanted to see the clam slam, this is a double clam slam. This is what the clam slam is.
Yeah, take my crown, so fuck you.
High kick into a split. So she's going to do 2 on this one, I think. But yeah, that's what she does this a lot on lives. She does her little cheerleading routines. Oh, let me move this message so you can see it. Oh, there she had a little bit of trouble getting up. Right? Columbo lawyer needs to come wherever I'm at because he is the best. And I have that recorded. She faked it. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. She faked the lawyer. Yep. We talked about all that. Forged their signature. So impersonation of a lawyer is big time. But yep, that's the clam slam. Yeah, you remember me showing this? Yeah, that's what they were talking about in court was the clam slam. And and she started crying. That's not it. Exactly, Amy. She thinks she can silence anybody. And like she said, they're the ringleaders. They're the ringleaders. And see, that's what the video I showed before if you weren't here, I showed a video of Gabby being pissed off. And she even said the lawyer made her look pathetic, which they did. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of True Crime Thursday. Even though it's not our typical case, it is a crime case, it is a court case. So it fit and it's a little messy. So it's perfect. So I think Thursdays may be a little bit more messy stuff about crimes. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I just realized that we've been doing true crime for like almost, I think, 6 months consecutively. I've been doing true crime since like 2021, but as far as like our consecutive True Crime Tuesdays, we've been doing it for like almost 6 months now. So I appreciate you guys all the support, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Becky. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And I will recap whatever's happening with the malarkey, with the Maybay side of the malarkey. I will recap that tomorrow. So don't you worry. You don't have to go watch it. I'll recap it for you guys. You enjoyed it. I'm glad you got to rewatch. Yes. I loved when the lawyer said, when the fiance was up there, her husband was up there, and he was like, doesn't your wife post this for content, this for content? And he's like, yeah, doesn't everybody? And the lawyer said, no, I have a real job. Oh shit. You loved tonight? I loved it. Love it. Yay. I'm glad you guys did. I thought you guys would. As soon as I saw it, there were so much similarities with the shit. I was like, I've got to show it. So I appreciate you guys, and I'm glad you guys loved it. Yes, it was perfect. So she's been, since this happened, since this came out, which was like a couple days ago, this came out, and since it came out, she has been complete meltdown mode. So there's a lot to go. With this. So thank you, Tanya. But I hope you guys had fun, and I will talk to you tomorrow. For those of you, oh, this isn't malarkey. Let me stop. Because it's like malarkey and true crime. So it's like the best of both worlds. All the shade, baby. I got that recorded. Yes, definitely replay. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. Yes, Karma, you will definitely enjoy it. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Crystal. Bye, Mickey. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching it with